Timmy and T, yeah, we raising the bar. Every sip's an adventure, we shooting for stars. Cut those wheels, take the scene, now we gliding in style. From the vineyards to the lounge, we redefining the mile. 4092 the base where the legends reside. Mixing vibes, not just drinks, it's the culture we provide. Tuesday libations, Wednesday we scrutinize. Catch the flavor, feel the energy, we on the rise. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real. Yeah. Have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
What's up, everybody? Look, y'all, I'm sorry. I know. Go ahead. I'm going to let you say your intro, and then we going to play the real intro, y'all. Sorry.
It's all good. You know what? It's the first time of the month. People are allowed to make mistakes in the beginning. Get your shit together before we get to the end.
Whatever. Anyway, y'all, thank you for being here. Welcome to Drinks and Deliberation. And let me play the right intro.
Not fake, never been fraud. Been great, still a little flawed. Always need a sign when they call. Order up a drink while I'm sitting at the bar. Like, I need a strong tail, Nico make two. Honey Jack with a little bit of juice. CYA throwing up the dose. I'm all in. I try to get some peace, that's all I need. I try to get some peace, that's all I need.
Now I feel like we ready for this intro. Let me tell y'all something. This doggone StreamYard, you know, when it updated, it allows you to set up your intro with your video. So when you go live, it automatically plays it. I forgot to switch it over to D&D. So, but anyway, thank you all for being here. Drinks and Deliberation, Adventures of Spirits. I'm T, he's Timmy. And tonight's conversation is about friendships, acquaintances, associates, network, colleagues. We just chill. Whatever the title is that you call, how do you know and what makes them different? And is it wrong? Is it offensive? Or is it just the way it is? And why are so many people comfortable or uncomfortable with certain titles when it comes to friendships? How do you know what a friendship is? How do you know when it's time to cut off a friendship? How do you know when the friendship is, or the relationship, should I say, because there's different categories. How do you know when it's time to cut that off, let it dissolve, or whether to continue? So we'll be touching on most of that during this segment today. So let me go ahead. As you all know, we not here by ourselves. We always got our guests with us. So coming to the stage to join us in this conversation, we will have Miss Yolo with On the Go with Yolo.
And the crowd go wild.
Wow. Hey, Yolo, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing tonight? Hey, everybody.
Good. And then we also got Stacy on the screen. How's Stacy? How's it going?
Crowd screaming.
Thank you all for being here. So, as you know, the subject tonight, some people see it as controversial. Some people see it as just a regular conversation. I did send a video for you all to sort of look through to get an idea of, you know, just the variations of friendship. And that video actually, you know, resonated because you'd be surprised how, you know, some people, everyone's a friend. And then some people, they like, no, everybody's not a friend. Everybody has their category or box that they are put in each other's lives. So before we start, let's go ahead and say hello to our audience that we have here. We got Leonica in the house. Hello, Leonica. How you doing today? Thank you for being here. We got Scott from Controversial Cruising. What's up, Scott? How's it going? We got Maggie in the house. Hey, Maggie, how's it going? Thank you for being here. We got Shay from Shay's Adventures. How you doing this evening? Thank you for being here as well. And let me see. We got JT in the house. Hey, JT, how's it going? We got Chantel. What's up, Shan? How's it going, boo?
What up, fam?
Good topic. Many don't know the difference. No, they do not, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look, my lipstick may not be red, but you know, you inspire folks. Sometimes you may know it, you may not know it, but I can't do the red like you do, boo. But I can do a pink though. I can do a pink. Tell Dre I say hello as well. We got Mickey in the house. What's up, Mickey? How's it going? Thank you for being here. All right, let's see. We got Jamie from Beauty Boss by Jamie. How's it going, Jamie? Are you getting some more? Lord have mercy. He done, look, y'all, we done found some vodka ices and he done opened up 3-4 of them and put them in a big quick trip cup like it's a slushy. So
I want you to tell about it.
Ain't no telling how this is about to go tonight. What's up, Scotty Too Hottie? How's it going? Thank you for being here. Let me see. Mickey said, match the thumbs up with the number part. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mickey. Thank you for that. All right. Look, you kicking everything.
I got big feet.
Watch your feet.
I'm sorry.
Girl, look. Anyway. All right, y'all. So let's go on and get into this. So I had a few clips. And with that, after this, I want you all to be thinking, what is a friend? Like, what is the definition to you of a friend? That is going to be the main question here, because I think that will pretty much start to segue into the rest of it. What's the difference between what? What? We didn't start nothing yet.
I want everybody to think about, you remember they had that song by Houdini, Friends? Now, if you remember the lyrics, try to relate from back then to now. That'll let you know whether you really have a friend or not, or you got an old leech on you trying to suck the life out of you.
But
think about that.
Well, what does back then and today got to do anything?
Things
because
changed.
It doesn't matter about things have changed. Whatever a friend is to you, that's what a friend is to you. Now, your friend that I ain't gonna get into that because we're gonna talk about, but that's fine because me and you disagree on some stuff and we about to talk about it. So what being from New York got to do with
y'all
anything?
Ain't got no damn friend. You from New York, you ain't got no damn friend.
Not
Everybody
go there.
is an ops.
No.
You
Sorry.
can't even ride the subway.
You know what? That's just you. That's just the country folks. So just go on,
That's
just
right.
let it go.
We have friends.
Anyway, let me go ahead and bring up this clip. Simon Sinek talks about, and he puts the definition, it just fits everything. Okay, but do know that even though we're talking about friends, we'll also be talking about what are the differences between friends, acquaintances, and networks like your colleagues and associates and things of that sort.
What is a friend? Friendship is when two people agree to grow together. And what that means is, I will take myself on. I know you're taking yourself on. I'm going to ask you to help me, and I'm going to be there to help you. And if we get this right, whether we stay in this relationship for a short term or a long term, whether it is successful or not, one thing we can say for sure is if we agree to this, we will come out of this better versions of ourselves than when we went in. And so the success or failure of a relationship is not the point. Clearly, we want relationships to succeed. But if they don't, you better have gotten something out of it.
So that was one. And here goes another one. Specifically, this one is focusing on adult friendships, because we all know that younger kid friendships are very different because their lives are different and what they feel is important. But from your adult years on to the day you die, I think that Simon Sinek and this next one here resonates with what the definition of a friend is.
I'm gonna tell you what a friend is, all right? This is what a friend is when you're an adult. This is how you judge your friends. This is how I judge my friends. A friend has your best interest in their heart. Your friend is interested in whatever you have to do to become the best version of yourself, even if it doesn't involve them. That's a friend as an adult. Period. If my friends are not interested in me becoming the best version of myself, I don't need you. Because I have a reciprocal investment on you becoming the best version of yourself, even if it doesn't involve me.
So, with that stated, let's go around the room. Yolo, what is your definition of a friend?
My definition of a friend is someone who, regardless of whether we talk every day, every week, every month, you are there for me. I am there for you whenever we need one another, without question, without asking, without hesitation, just there. You're a friend. A friend is someone who is an extension of your hand, an extension of yourself, an extension of your personality. You don't have to be the same personality. They accept you for who you are. They don't ask you to change. They love you for you, and you love them for them. And I agree, they make you better. They should make you better, but they show up for you as well, and you show up for them.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Stacy.
That was beautiful. I agree with everything that she says. A friend is just someone you can count on, right? Show up when you need them. I guess just accept me how I am, and I accept them. We have a great time. It's very important to me that we can have a great time, and you make me better.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes you're not gonna have a good time. Sometimes it's tough love.
That's right.
Sometimes it's tough love. There are some times when you have friendships that are, I'm gonna say everlasting. They're not everlasting, but they're everlasting because they've lasted over the course of your life. You have those friendships, and in those friendships, they evolve into what we call family. Families fight.
Correct.
So me and my close friends, we fight. We knock them out, drag them out, cuss them out, because when you're wrong, and I'm gonna tell you you're wrong, and vice versa. I'm gonna check you. And so if you have a problem with me checking you, if you have a problem with me telling you, hey, this is the way it should be, and you're wrong. Or if you have a problem with me sharing my joys, my happiness, my sadness, my struggles, if you have a problem with any of that, and I the same, we ain't friends.
Right.
We're not friends. You're right. Absolutely.
I agree. Timmy, what's your definition of a friend?
Well, my thing is this. I definitely like to surround myself with a team of kings, because I'm a king. So if I surround myself with kings, that means I'm gonna constantly be rising to the next level. Now whether or not I look at them as my ride or die, my brother, my this, that, and the other, that's not so much.
Well, right now we focus on friends. I know there's different levels.
All right. But so to me, a real friend is somebody you ain't got to talk to every day, somebody you ain't got to see every day, somebody you can call out the blue and say, hey, my car broke down in California and I know you're in New York. Can you figure out a way to help me get back across the East Coast or back to the West Coast? That's what a friend is. A friend is another extension of yourself. And that's what you grow with.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, an extension of yourself, what you grow with. Mm-hmm. That's your definition of a friend. Okay. All right. My definition of a friend to me is exactly like what Simon Sinek said. A friend is you have different friends because you have different needs in your life and you have different phases of your life. Because let me tell you, you can have friends like what he said, your growth. Basically, when you connect yourself to somebody, that person should be fulfilling something in you to make you better. Whether that means this is the only person that gets on your nerves because they always trying to, like Yolo said, to check you, right? Well, then that might be their purpose, is to check you until you get it right, right? That might be that friend. Then you have the other friend who is the one that knows how to console you, right? You know, when you're down in the dumps, they know exactly what to say, how to allow you to feel your emotion, but then say, okay, now time to get back up, to get back on your feet, dust it off, or whatever, you know. Those are my definition of a friend. A friend to me, and I don't have many at all.
Right.
I don't have many. I could count on one hand, maybe add a couple of other that are friends.
Same.
Now I only have one best friend, right? But the other ones are my friends. And we'll get into what's the difference between the best friend and your friends, right?
I, I
Because
think
there's
you have
different.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have friends who are true friends in
Right.
different segments of your life.
Exactly.
Not all friends are meant to be forever. I
Exactly. Or
have
not for everything
That
either.
part. That part.
right, and so there are some friends I have friends. My best friend, we've been friends since I was 19 years old. However, she is not who I communicate with daily.
Right.
But when I need her, she's there. When my
Right.
family, she is family. She is that friend that has evolved into family. So
Right.
it's no longer I talk to you every day. I'm bitching about whatever going on with whatever I got going on every day. That's no longer her. Yes, she's there if I need her to do that. But we have evolved from that, and she is more family. If I have a death in the family, I don't have to ask her to come. I'm not going to ask her to come to the funeral or show up or do anything. Hey, so and so, my aunt died, whatever. This is a person who shows. I'm at the you roll up at the funeral home with the family, and she's sitting
They
there.
already there.
She
Mhm.
already there. She has evolved from that fair weather friend to family, and that is different. But then I have friends who I talk to regularly who are in my life. Now, how long they'll be in my life, I don't know, but I still deem them as friends because we nurture, we motivate, we talk, we laugh, we gossip, we get petty together. Those are those people who are you consider your friends, or they're not necessarily friends that you met long time ago. You may have met them a year ago, you may have met them 2 weeks ago, and you don't know how long them 2 weeks gonna last. They may only last a month, but during that time frame, whatever it is that they were bringing, or whatever it is that you were meant to give them, or they were meant to give you in that short amount of time, that is the purpose. Not all friends are meant to be in your life for your life.
That's right. Stacy.
Lifetime, reason, season.
That's
That's
right.
how I classify my friends. What I've noticed is um, I'm finding that they just shift out, right? Relationships, how they change, titles, label. I hate titles in friendships,
Right.
but so I focus on lifetime, reason, and if it's reciprocal. My effort should be reciprocal to your effort. That's it.
Correct. And it doesn't always have to be in the same way, because everybody's gift, or to me, I feel that friends to me are like angels that are sent in your life for a reason, regardless of whether it's a season or lifetime. There's always a reason they're there. They're either there to teach you something, they're there to make you think about something, they're there for you to evolve from where you are, they're there um, to connect you with other individuals who are
Right.
meant to provide things to you or say things to you to help you grow. You know, sometimes people are just a connector between the two,
Right,
right?
right, right. And
So
sometimes it's
it
not about you.
it
Sometimes it's for them.
exactly,
What
exactly,
she
and
said.
and
What she said.
yes, exactly. It's not about you. And I think, and to me, I feel that if you're a friend, it should be where, and a lot of people think about friends as, what are you giving me? Right? But you have to understand that nothing in your life is about you. Okay. And I'm not going to church right now, but I just feel that everything that you're blessed with is not for you. It's for someone else. And you know how you'll know that? Because you'll have information, you'll have something, and you'll share it with someone else and they flourish. And you like, well, God dog it, why I can't flourish? Well, it wasn't for you. That particular thing was not for you. What's for you will come for you. But you were meant to give someone else a connection. You were meant to give someone else that information. You was meant to console that other person, to help lift them up. You were meant to teach that other person so they can evolve. That's what, if that's what your blessings are, that's how that goes. And then other people receive stuff and you're the reciprocate. You're being reciprocated based on what they're given. So that's how that goes. But the problem is, I think that people use this friend term loosely. And when they don't see or hear what they expect, then it's like, oh, you're not a friend. Well, that might not be the case. Maybe I'm saying something that maybe what you're expecting is not reality. You're expecting it from me just because it's something that you would do. But maybe my reason for being here with you is not for that. I might not be the one to call you every day. I'm not the one that's going to say, hey, every time I step out the house that we riding together. You know, we may not be the ones that are every time, you know, something comes up, it's, you know, we're together, we hook up, we got to do this together, we vacation together, we do this together. That might not be the case. Sometimes a person is there to for a specific reason, which brings me to this next video. Before I get into this other video, it's about expectations people place on other people. And then we can get into the differences between the friends, acquaintances, and your colleagues, basically. So let me go into the chat real quick. Here, let me see. Scotty J said, we about to talk about that. All right, let's see. He said, Scotty said, I can't do. Oh, he's laughing at earlier, me and TJ earlier. What's up, Bill? How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Let me see. And if anybody in the chat has a statement or a question other than just a response, just so we can streamline, you know, the timing that we have, put a Q on there if it's a question, or an S, and then whatever you want to say. So then that way I can identify it and address it sooner rather than later. Let me see. Mickey agrees with your definition, YOLO. Jamie says those are great takeaway. Same with seasonal. Mickey said, though love is definitely part of a good friendship. Yes. But let me tell you, if a person has never been loved correct in a certain way, they may not know how to express that love, even as a friend. And we'll get to that, because I can tell you the type of friend I'm not. And it's not just because I don't want to be, it's just that it's just not natural for me. But I'm going to need you to stop talking about New York. That's what I'm going to need you to do. Because you keep talking about New York, and I'll go country. We could talk about that now. Doggone it. Anyway, make me mad. There you go. He my spouse. The Lord has put him here to get on my damn nerves. Let me tell you something. What someone said, it was in church one time, the pastor said, you all get mad at these people who check you all the time and say things you may not, and you think, they going to hell, you go to heaven. And when you get to heaven, you may find out that you in the regular seats, and that person, because they were put here to do a job and they did it well, they may be in the very front, right next to his feet, because they did exactly what the Lord put them there to do for you. Put your hand down.
I'm just saying.
So Jamie said, I have a friend that shows very tough love. And Jamie, we're going to touch on that too, because my husband has told me I'm one of them people. He said, that's why you're not approachable. That's why people don't call you to talk about their problem. We gonna get there. Hush. We gonna get there. But anyway, oh, there go my sister. Hey, hey, ma'am. Leave my sister alone. Leave my sister alone. Leave my sister alone. I'm going down here seeing if I got some other statements so we could get to this other segment of the topic here. What's up, BDBGP? What's up going on? What's up? How you doing?
What up, fam?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Okay, most of the people said they agreed. Jamie said, I have the ones who call only when they want something. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about that too. Miggy said, I have a friend turned family, like Yolo said. No need to talk every day, but shows up when you need them. And that's fine. And that is good. Sister said, facts. Yolo said, maybe it's just what you or they need in this moment or season. Correct. And a lot of times people don't look at it that way. Some people now, if it's only people calling, trying to, because you can't have someone drink from your cup that's empty. That's all I got to say on that part. Sometimes people are givers.
Right.
People are takers. And the thing is, you can't continue to always give if you don't have people pouring back into your cup. You can't give what you don't have. And then there are some people who don't care that you don't have it. They just know that when they come, they get it. And you might be depleted. So sometimes you got to protect yourself. Even as a friend, you have to protect yourself, because in human nature with some people, they're going to always go to the person that's reliable, right? The person that can always fulfill that need. Even if they know that, oh my gosh, I know there's other people, but I know this one is going to follow through. And unfortunately, sometimes those friends get drained. So watch out for those too. Yes, he is ruffling my feathers, Jamie. Yes, he is. Thank you. Barnett said, don't make her come for you. Talking about New York.
Money bag, where's my money?
Talking about New York. Whatever. Okay, let's get to the next one. Let me see. Mickey said, I am one of those who loves tough. I have been told that I am unapproachable at times. Mickey, join the club, but that's okay. Because guess what? Sometimes when people avoid the tough loved ones, they end up learning the lesson the hard way. The hard head make a soft butt is what they say. I'm just saying. See, he's shaking his head. No, me and him approach our friendships differently, and I'm sure, and we have some of the same friends. So I'll if they in the bushes, which they may be, I'm gonna need you to come out the bushes. And if you're opposed to anything that we saying up here, go and put it in the chat. But
we don't coddle over here.
What you say?
We don't coddle over here.
There you go. It's just not.
If you need it, you need it, and you're gonna get it. And you gonna get it. Now there are times when you do have to be a little soft, and you do have to approach things
right.
cautious.
So they listen, so they hear you.
Right, because sometimes your friends have to be just like you. You have to be in a receptive place.
Exactly.
And so sometimes you just have to let them be for a few, because they're not going to receive what you're about to give them. And that is something that's important too. You have to understand when your friends and acquaintances and family are ready to receive what you're about to give them.
Right.
Yeah, my take is you have to be approachable. If you always got your dukes up, time somebody asks you the question, two blows to the head, they ain't gonna ask you nothing else. Whether you your friend or not, but sometimes you have to be approachable. Now, I'll let you get it off. I'll sit back and listen. Whether I agree with you or don't agree with you, I'll let you get it off. And then I'll sweeten the pot and then nicely tell you, no, that ain't right. Or maybe you need to rethink that, or maybe, but I don't give you that like some people, 2 chops to the damn throat out the gate. Two chops.
We gonna touch on that in a minute. Let me go ahead and play the expectations piece here.
Don't expect others to give you what you give them, right? Like, one of the biggest things that I'm now very comfortable with understanding is my heart is different, and the energy attached to making others feel good is a high level energy. And just because you have that, it doesn't mean that other people should. Everybody operates differently, right? And everybody shows their love or shows their value or shows their commitment differently.
Yeah.
So I took the pressure off of others when I stopped expecting you to do what I do.
So with that, I can say with what he stated, that usually ends up really being the problem. When you start hearing people say, "Oh, I thought they was a friend, but they weren't. Oh, I thought they was this, what that." And I'm not talking about the ones that really are just fair weather, right? We're talking about people who were friends and then all of a sudden you cut them off because maybe they said something you didn't like, or because they're not reciprocating or showing. I put it this way: they're not showing love the way that you recognize love. And as we said before in a segment way earlier on, everybody's love language is different. What you think is love, somebody else may be like, and then what you think is love, somebody else may be like, oh, that's not natural for me. Everyone love language is different. However, as a friend, associate, colleague, network, whatever, the one thing that you, no matter what category you're in or the other person's in, you always still have to understand what makes them tick, what makes them happy, what makes them responsive, what makes them that. Because if you can't, then you're not providing any, you're not helping that person. Okay. If you know it's a person who hasn't had love in their life or whatever, right? You have to now identify and say, am I going to be able to be a friend to this person? Because like some of us may quickly say, oh, this person's needy. Every time I turn around, they complain about something. They, oh my gosh, I just feel. You may not be that type of person that actually has the ability to be in that frame of mind to console on a continuous basis. There are people who are gifted with that. There are friends that literally they are so, I mean, they have a way about them that sometimes I am just envy of, because I I have that at some instinct, but I can't stay there. I can't stay there. And like, if people are crying all the time, I'm just like, okay, y'all could cry, but okay, how long you gonna cry? Because that's just me though. I'm not saying that I'm not wrong for that. I'm just saying I know what's not me. Okay, so because we're gonna go about the tough love and the expectations. I tell my friends, anybody, I'm not good at funerals. I'm not the friend. This is me. Me at the funeral is I can help pay for something, because that's my way of showing. I will be in the back to help serve the food. I can't be the people in the front giving out the tissues and hugging on people. And I can do it, but just please know I am out of my comfort zone. Why? Because that wasn't a part of me growing up. It was very tough love growing up. It was do what you need to do growing up. So I've had to learn as an adult in terms of expectations that there are some things that I know I'm very bad at as a friend. Okay. But my friend, no. My friends, no.
You said earlier, you said you learn certain things that you learn what makes a person tick, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying earlier about being reciprocal, right? If I've spent the time and made the effort to make sure I knew what you like, what you don't like, what makes you tick, at some point I'm gonna watch to see when things come up. Like, you should also know what makes me tick if we're in this relationship together. And if I'm finding that you don't value the things, that I need from you, but I keep giving you the things that you need, I'm showing up for you and all that stuff, then we don't need to be friends. And I think it's fair. I think
But that's important too. Not just in friendship, but all relationships. You get people who know that they may not be a good other person, and they'll still sit there and try to suck what they can out the other person, knowing that they can't reciprocate.
And that's not fair.
And that is not right. Sometimes it's good to say, you know what, I'm not good at this. However, I can do this. Where can I help you in this area? You understand what I mean?
I get it.
Right. Because everybody's not meant to be, I call them kindred spirits. There are people you can, connect with, boom, just like that. And then there are people you have to work at it. So that's back to expectations. If you have to work at it, then that might not be a friendship. It may be more of an associate because exactly.
I'm probably not even that. You just were there for a season, like we said. Let's take it all back to what you said. You're there for a season for whatever blessing that you were in my life. Like you've provided that blessing, you've provided that at that time. I receive it, I recognize it, and then that's what it is. But there's nothing else that you're bringing to my life, so let's not waste each other's time. Like keep working at it and working at it and working at it. I mean,
right. We'll get to the place of when people feel like they're obligated to do so. We'll get to that part too. But Yolo, go ahead about expectations.
This is a touchy subject because I just went through this.
Okay.
And when someone feels like you owe them something, and you are constantly the giver. When you're constantly the giver and you're constantly the doer, I don't ask for anything in return. I give because I want to give. That's just who I am. That's my personality. I'm going to give. Hey, who buying drinks? I got them. Who treating dinner? I got it. And I have a set of friends. These are my friends who, these are my day-to-day friends. When we go and hang out, hell, we fight over the bill. Somebody done snuck and paid the bill behind the other people's back. That's the kind of, that's us. That's the French. Those are the people who I typically hang with. Those are the people I deal with on a daily basis. And we have a friend group. But there are some other friends who are long-standing friends. And I just went through something last year, and we're still going through it because after it was all said and done, you upset about this one little thing that I didn't do, and you all up in arms about it. But now I feel used for all the other things that I have done, and you've never done. Never offered, stepped up. But then this one little thing that you went off the deep end about because I said no, or because I said I wanted to take this on my own. Now I am. Now I'm like, well, damn, have you been using me for 30 years?
Right.
Because at what point, I mean, you're sitting here and you're talking about something I didn't do when I just paid this. I just did this.
Right.
And then, yes, this is a financial type of situation in this regard. But then you think about all the other things that are emotional. Well, I just don't return calls. Why I got to always be the one to call? And it just makes you start thinking about who has been the giver in all of this. Normally, I would not have thought about it. But that one little thing clicked.
Right.
And so it makes me second guess. And then you're talking about, and then these are things that come up in this friendship, and you're criticizing, well, I don't like that you do this, and I don't like that you do that. Do you like me? Or do you like what I'm here for to do for you?
Right.
What part? Do you like me?
Right. Exactly.
What do you like about me other than the fact that I'm an ace in the hole and I'm there for you? I'm down for you. What else do you like about me?
Yes. You got a lot of people, to me, that like, I got a lot of friends that depend on me. But I noticed, and I kept making a statement, and I was saying, we got to get some new friends. And meaning, really, it was really the fact that every time you turn around, Hey man, could you come over, help me do this? Can you help me do that? Can you help me do this? Help do that? But when I need something done, I ain't got nobody to call. I ain't got nobody except for Jesus and maybe them cats out there. And then they don't talk right there like I leave them to talk. You know, my one cat always in the way. But I can't get her to pass me that screwdriver like that. But I noticed that.
Did you say the cat?
The cat. That's the only person I can get everything out of.
You know when you hear something, it's like, did you just what you say?
That's the only person I can get anything out of. Patches is always when I'm out there doing yard work, when I'm out there working on the deck or working on llama, she's always there in the way, rubbing up on me. I see you sweating that dog. I see you having a hard way to go. I just want you to know I'm here for you. But let me call one of them so-called friends I got. Hey man, I got to run across town with the wife. I got to do this, I got to do that. But it's always something. But trust and believe me, if the wind blows to the left one way too hard, I'm always going to call. Like I had 3 house calls this week behind friendship. You know, now the one good thing that I can say is this one right here is very patient and very giving.
Ooh.
Now, I had to get this one because
who said who? You said who, Stacey?
Yes.
Go ahead.
She allows me to do the things that I do, and she never complains. I had to go check on a friend the other day.
I love
Got
it.
home like 12:30, talking about the military, trying to encourage their child to join the military. You know what I'm saying? But people need that kind of guidance sometimes. Had another friend, HVAC system leaking. They got a problem, water running on the floor. I got to go over there and try to help figure it out. You know, then I got another friend. Hey, man, I air conditioning ain't working in the house. Me and the wife melting down. What, man? I got my air conditioning unit in the garage, my portable. I let you use it, but now I got to go with you to the house and hook it up and show you how to use it. Another friend, man, my pressure washer down. Well, you know, you can't have a pressure washing business without a pressure washer. Now you look like a town clown.
Well, I jump in. I allow him to do what he need to do, but I jump in when I see and I know that cup is getting almost empty, and I need whatever's left in that cup to be taken care of at this house. Then I jump in and I got something to say.
Fair enough.
Because
right, you got to take care of the house, and
right, because
he is your responsibility.
That's right. Because what's not going to happen is when there's other households choosing. I'm not talking about circumstances. I'm talking about consequences. I'm not talking about circumstances. Two totally different things. Circumstances are things that's beyond your control. This is not what you didn't know about this.
Get it.
Consequences is but because you have people you can just go to keep taking and taking and taking. So now you can continue to make those bad decisions.
Yep. So now you outsource the help that you need rather than look within.
Exactly.
It's what we call a crutch.
Yes.
Exactly. So then that's when I step in, and I don't care about being the bad person. If I got to step in because let me tell you something.
Big bad wolf.
I'll never forget, and when I say it, and I'm pretty sure she'll probably see it on Facebook when she's strolling through it or whatever, if she even get this far. But I'll never forget, and she'll deny it too. I'll never forget one time my mama called my husband gullible. Called him gullible. Well, I can't help it if he's gullible. This is coming from a son-in-law who will make it his business to stop by their house to make sure they're okay. To make sure that whenever something was needed, he was there to represent this family. And to turn around when I'm trying to check somebody, it ain't my fault he's gullible. That right there, ooh, that burned me up. Okay, now my brother was there, so he's the Libra. He's like, hey, keep the peace, Don't
ain't no peace after that.
Whatever. But anyway, that's not a problem anymore. Okay, and you'd be surprised how those people find a way when those outsourced resources are not available. But let's get back into the expectations. I'm sorry. But when it comes to expectations of other individuals, everybody's love language is different.
Correct.
And usually the best relationships are usually people who can speak the other person's love language, or at least make the effort to, right? Because you have some people that just may be like, I'm not going to do it. Like I just said, I may know what I'm not good in, but that doesn't mean it's non-existent. It doesn't mean if my best friend is crying that I'm not going to hug her and console her. It doesn't mean if a family member is crying and needs my dad, I'm not going to be there. But I will be putting forth an effort because that's just not my natural innate. It's like, I'm so sorry, a hug, a cry. And then there are people who are just gifted to know what to say to them, to get them to calm down. They know exactly how to make them feel better in the moment. They know how to do those things. I'm not good at that. You know, I'm the one that's going to say, well, while this friend is helping to console you, I'm going to hold your fort down and make sure your house ain't falling apart. I'm going to be there to make sure other stuff is taken care of. You understand what I mean? Everybody contributes in the way that they can contribute. But as a friend, if I know it's something that I can handle, I'm damn sure going to find a way to make sure you get what you need. That to me counts as well. But then you also have some friends who may say, well, I don't want that person to do it. I wanted you to do it. You know, or they want that from you, but it's life is just not like that. And it's okay. If you get kicked out of the best friend zone into the friend zone, then that's what it is. And I don't have a problem with that. But in terms of what Yolo, did you go about expectations, Stacy? I think you did.
I did. I guess my thought process on expectations, I did the story about my friend, but I don't expect my friends to do what I do.
Right.
I'm me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be that person who reaches out, who cares, who will, do whatever I do. But I can't do that alone.
Right. That's right. Exactly. You can't.
Expectations from, I said it earlier, it's reciprocal.
Right.
And I guess it's bad. Maybe some people think it's bad. I don't know. You get a time frame. If I keep giving and giving and giving, like I said earlier, like I expect that whatever effort I put in, you should be able to put in the same effort. If I spend the time to understand you and get to know what are the things that you like and stuff, that you should be able to do the same with me. That's my expectation. That's it.
I agree.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So would you say your friend is your friend if you only hear from them holidays? Birthday, Mother's Day. If you only hear from them on holidays, birthdays, holidays, Mother's Day, are they really your friend? If they don't reach out to you to see how you truly are doing?
I don't know. I don't need you're asking me?
I'm asking everybody. I'm generalized. Yeah, I'm asking a question. How, if I only hear from you Christmas, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, and birthdays, are we really friends?
No.
Now, granted, I do have a friend that I only hear from on those occasions, but she is there for me if I call her and say so and so, whatever is going on, she's there.
For me, I don't need every day.
I don't need every day, but I do need you to.
Phone call. We don't need to sit on the phone forever. I hate it. We don't need to do that every day. And I have a few friends, and we don't. I mean, if that's all you can give me as a friend, then I'm okay with it. Some people are different. Some people are different. But I know, like you just said, I know if something's happening, I can pick up the phone and I can call. That's enough for me.
Okay.
Birthdays, Christmas, holidays, and stuff. That's enough for me as long as you haven't violated our friendship. Right. And maybe we've grown in ways where we're doing different things. We're different points in our life.
Right.
So we're gonna expect that where we started years ago, where we're seeing each
Right,
other
right.
every month and stuff, things change, but you're still my friend. So I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm a shed a little light on that because it's the same thing about certain times of the year when you go to church and they call the Christmas, Mother Days, and Easter Christians. So,
You mean the CMEs?
yes, the
Okay.
Christmas, Mother Day, and Easter. If those people are all going to heaven, then that's something for you to think about when you come to your circle with your friends. If I only hear from you Christmas, Mother Day, and Easter, that means we really ain't that close friends. We still might call ourselves friends, but really we associates. That's just what it is.
I
Well,
never disagree with Mr. Timmy, but in this one right here, I disagree.
I'm just saying.
I get it. I get what you're saying. For me, I guess it depends on what you need. Am I making sense? It depends. I don't need that in my everyday life. I don't need to talk to you all the time. We don't need to shore up our friendship by checking in. We're on a schedule. No, you have your life. I have my life. I know that you're good. You know that I'm good. When stuff happens, like I'm sending you a text. I'm picking up the phone. Hey, this is what's going on or whatever. Like I don't need a birthday thing. You remembered my birthday. You remember. I have a friend remembers my birthday, anniversary, my kids' birthdays, and anybody who knows me knows. But it's a big deal when it comes on to my kids. This is a friend where I see probably like once a year, sometimes once every other year, and months will go by and we don't talk for a long time, but that's still my friend because
Right.
years ago we did the work. Making sense? Years ago we did the work. I'm gonna go back to my reciprocal thing, right? Where I made the effort and you made I see what you're about, you see what I'm about, and our lives have changed so much that we don't have to do the everyday thing.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yep.
But one thing I'm gonna say this: there's too much social media, too much Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, too much, ways or text message, you know what I'm saying, to reach out. So that's the only thing I make that point because friendship is forever because we choose who our friends are. But if I let 4 months and all that stuff go between us, that really means you're not that important in my life like you think or I think you are. Because I'm going to text you, or I'm going to send you a Facebook, or I'm going to send you some on Snapchat. We do that all the time. We ain't got to talk. For me to
use Snapchat.
Well, I tell you what, Instagram, that little, China was showing me something today about a little kid in the little feeding chair, and the mama giving the fan, and the little joker can't be a year old, but he
where the fans at? Where the fans at?
Now I agree with that, Timmy, because I had to reevaluate and I had to check myself a few years ago about because I would get irritated. Why I only hear from this person Mother's Day, holiday, or whatever, unless I reached out.
I have a question, Miss Yola.
Now that was a problem for me.
I have a question, Miss Yola. Are you hearing from this friend for those events on social media?
No, they're personal.
Okay. For me,
no, they're personal.
My friends aren't on social media. If your birthday comes up, I'm not gonna send you a birthday message on social media.
No.
I'm giving you a call.
I mean, they may do social media as well, but I also get personal. Yes.
We're doing personal stuff. My friends are getting personal stuff. If you're hearing from me on social media only, we're not friends. And my friends know that we're connecting up. You're probably not gonna see me on social media. I'm not gonna like all your stuff. I have a friend who shall remain nameless. My friend who shall remain nameless, right?
Don't
and
be
she knows.
Money back.
She's probably gonna take this. And she knows. A month will go by, 2 months will go by, and all of a sudden, right, she'll just get click, click, click because I decided to go on Instagram or whatever. But that's my friend. And in between that, people might not know if you're watching her social media or mine, we might not interact or whatever, but that's my friend. So we're doing personal stuff. Whatever is going on, I'm showing up. I'm not just showing up on social media. And that's what's happening nowadays, where people are confusing clicks, likes, and stuff with whether that person is your friend. If you're not showing up and you're showing up just on social media, you're not my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
I had to reset my expectations and my personal expectations, because I was really being bothered. Like, okay, this is the only time I hear from you other than when I reach out. And so I had to check myself. It's like, okay, everybody ain't don't work from home. Everybody ain't chilling and doing what they want to do whenever they want to do it like you do. There is you need to give them grace.
That's my friend.
And so I have. And I've learned to do that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, okay, so do you consider that? You know, not that I don't. It's just I wanted to know what your thoughts were regarding those people you only hear from on holidays or special occasions like birthdays and anniversaries and things like that.
I didn't. Can I answer?
I didn't say anything.
Let me say
See, I didn't
something.
say nothing.
God.
She ain't my friend no more. I'm gonna call the cat in the house.
No, because we about to get in nitty gritty of this, because me and you disagree on friendship stuff.
Mr. Timmy said he's making his friend.
My thing is, in terms of hearing from individuals, to me, I need context, right? To me, it's about the effort. At the end of the day, it's about the effort. It's not about where. I put it to you this way. I put it to you this way. I'm the type of person that understands that there are individuals that when they're going through things in life and they're hyper focused, they are literally hyper focused with blinders on, meaning they're not calling anybody. They're not socializing with anybody. It's like they cut the world off because they need to focus to get whatever it is that they need done. I respect that. Why? Because I do that sometimes. Okay. I do that when I'm hyper focused and I know that I need to focus on some things. That is around the time where I may not be the best friend to you. Right. But I need a friend that understands that. Right. So my friends will understand that, because if they know me, then they know it's not personal. Okay. I haven't heard from Tanya in a minute. I know the next time I talk to her, she gonna have a list of things that has happened since the last time we talked to now, because either she working on something, there's something going on at the job, she got a promotion and she working extra hours, and there's a lot of things going on in her head. And when I'm hyper focused, I can't enjoy myself. I'll give a perfect example. I am lucky to have friends and a husband who love me, right? Honestly love me. My birthday this year, that month of May was crazy at work. Crazy at work, okay? Just to find out that a lot of that was a test that was being done. Work related, like I said, growth. It was growth. I'm not mad at it. But I was mad when I was sitting in it, okay? But I knew that my mind was not on celebrating anything. My mind is continuously thinking about, well, I got to get this. I got to get this done. Let me focus on this. I got to get on this laptop. I got to do this. I was not in the mood to sit and be happy and be glee. I wasn't sad. I wasn't mad. I was just focused. And I knew that I couldn't enjoy anything. I didn't matter what it was. And that's just who I am. And I made it clear. I even told my friends before my birthday, I don't want nothing. Don't do nothing. I need to focus the month of May. We can do something afterwards. We can do something in June, July, whatever. Please, they didn't want to hear that. And then you add my husband, who was like, yeah, we gonna do this. We gonna do this. So how about basement full of folk? And I'm sitting there.
Where them fans
Hold on.
at?
No. Sitting here looking ungrateful. That's me. That's how I felt I was looking, like I was an ungrateful heifer. In that basement, he made me. He said, you going to put some clothes on and you going to go downstairs because we going to celebrate you. That's right. And let me tell you, though, this is where I'm coming from. Do you know I was mad?
I remember that.
I got mad.
I remember that.
I was so mad at him. I was so mad because I told him. And between him and my bestie and my cronies, okay, I'm sure my sister has some shit to do with it too.
She instigated the whole thing.
Okay, I'm sure she was involved. No, I take that back. She might have said, "Y'all sure about this?" I'm pretty sure she might have said that. She probably said, "Are y'all sure about this?"
She ain't no punk.
And she just went along with it because everybody else was going along with it. I'm pretty sure she would have respected the fact if I said.
That's why I didn't make a big deal about that. I didn't even go. If anything was going on, I didn't know nothing about it.
Okay, see, there you go. Because my sister was probably like, Stacy, don't. There you go. Look at you.
Right now.
Anyway, that's just an example of you have to know your friends. So when I hear what you're saying, Yolo, about, you know, a person that calls and about it all depends on, are you, if I know you're the type of person that don't remember a lot of people's holidays or birthdays, but you remember mine, that's a point in my book still.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means I'm either in your phone, I'm somewhere where you make it an effort that I may not be able to, or I don't call this person at any time, but I know these are some important moments in their life. I'm gonna make sure I reach out on that day. I respect that. I respect that. And that's how I look at my friends or my best friends.
Yep.
Okay. I look at them as, do you show up when you need to show up, regardless of what it's for? It don't matter what it's for. It could just be, hey, I'm in a talkative mood and I just want to chat. Okay, we talk for about 3-4 damn hours. We may not talk again for another month, 2 months, right? But we talking. Or, hey, I'm celebrating this, and this person shows up. They may not have showed up for 4 other events, but they made sure they showed up on this one because it was a very special reason of this occurring, you know? So to me, that's what matters. And I think at the end of the day, that's what all this ventures from, is a matter of, what do you consider a friend? What you consider, what your expectations of your friend is going to be different from my expectations, his expectations, Stacy's expectations, Ronette expectations, the people in the comments expectations. Everybody's going to be different. And then some people are going to need more of something from someone as a friend than somebody else. So it's always necessary to make sure that you're fitting together, you know, because if you're not fitting together, then maybe it's okay, we connect 2 out of the 5 of the, you know, we meet 2 out of 5. We meet 3 out of 5. It may not be 5 out of 5. You know, you be lucky if you find in your life to meet somebody that do 5 out of 5.
Correct. I've never had a friendship that was equally yoked.
Never, not perfectly yoked. You may be equally, meaning your needs are being met, but it's not going to be 100%. There's going to be something that friend or you may have to put forth a little more effort, because it might not just be the natural thing for you to do. So let's see. Ronette, if you want to talk about your expectations, I know you just jumped in, and then I'm going to look in these comments and flag the ones that I'll put up on the screen. Go ahead.
Well, for me, my expectations, I really don't have many, really. And basically a lot of things that you all said, touched on pretty much, is the same for me. It's funny because even with my sister and us being a totally different zodiac, I'm pretty much the same way, and we are alike. I don't have to talk to you every single day. I don't want to talk to you every day. Just, you know, I'm considered, people say I'm the mean one. So I don't have to talk to you every single day. My thing is, if someone knows me, really knows me, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything else from head to toe, then you understand when I guess, for lack of a better term, behave a certain way. If I'm not talking to you every day, if you haven't heard from me every day, or having text, but like you say, for those important moments, important things, you hear from me. You hear from me in between. I do just like what Tanya said earlier, to where when you focus on something, sometimes I gotta focus on me and do what I gotta do. But then when I come back to, like reality, I'm like, yo, I haven't spoke to so and so, and well, it's been 3 months. Oh my God, let me reach out, and I realize it. But I'm also that person that, even in the midst of me being busy, I don't worry about whether or not all the time if somebody reached out to me. I'm the type of person that if I care about you, I'm gonna reach out at the end of the day. So it may not always be a phone call. I'm gonna let you know that 'cause I'm not gonna get on the phone and talk. I like to talk, but I don't like to talk on the phone that much, because when I get on the phone, I like to give people my undivided attention. I don't like talking to people in the background or do all of that. Very seldom do I have the time to do that. So that's why I will text more. Because I don't like when I call people and they talking to 3, 4 different people. I'm like, call me back. I don't like doing that. I'll get off the phone in a minute. Don't do that. So if somebody crossed my mind, I could be in the midst of working, and I'm like, and somebody may cross my mind. It's like, oh, I haven't heard from her. Oh, I hope she okay. You know what? I'll take 2 seconds, grab my phone. Hey, haven't spoken to you in a while. You crossed my mind. Hope all is well. Love you, miss you. Hopefully hear from you soon. Boom. And that's it. So then hopefully, you know what I'm saying? They see, okay, they crossed my mind. I was thinking about them, but I may not have had a whole conversation with them, but they know that, I care by reaching out and sending some type of message. And I don't have like I don't need you to call me every day and we talk every day. My best friend stays 10 minutes from me. There's times, literally, it has been 4 months since we would talk. We don't take it personal. Why? She know me, I know her. We know our schedules. We know how we do stuff. We'll happen to see each other in the grocery store, and my husband will vouch for you. We'll sit there and try to cram 4 months into like 10 minutes and hit about 13, 15 different subjects, going across real fast. Like, okay, girl, well, I gotta go, bye. And we'll go. But not talking in 4, 6 months, is she calling and be like, hey girl, this happened, my car broke down, I need you to come get me, or hey, I need you to go pick up the grandbaby and stuff. I'm like, I'll be done with this client in a minute, I'm headed that way. I don't have to talk to you every day to be there for you, because if I know you and if I love you and care about you, that's what it's going to be forever, and that's what it is, unless you show me otherwise, that there's no reason for me to be in this relationship with you. Now, whether it's a best friend, whether it's a friend, whether it's an acquaintance, or even a colleague, I'm there for you in the capacity of our relationship, whatever that capacity is.
Right.
I have people that I haven't talked to in 3 years, but in the capacity that I know them and they know me, if I call them and within that capacity and of our friendship, and ask them for whatever it is in that capacity, I know I got it. I know it's not even a problem. It's not a question.
Right. That's right.
But I can't call that person in a capacity that, for example, that I know Stacy in and get the same thing. No. But I know I could call. But I know I could call Stacy in a capacity and get, you know what I'm saying, and get what I need from her, and I know she got me.
Right. And
so everything is different with different people for me.
Agreed. And that's where usually your expectations come, is after you get to know the person, you know what role they play in your life.
Yeah.
And then your relationship is built on that, not just this one thing. That's why I say, people say, oh, I got multiple best friends. Do you really? I'm just asking. If you do, you lucky. You lucky, because a best friend to me is one that sort of covers all those aspects, right? That's that, like that little 5. That's that 5 out of 5. You'll be lucky if you find a 4 out of 5. Hell, a 3 out of daggone 5. Especially the older you get. Where you going?
My mother's calling me.
Oh, okay. It's people have to understand, when you get older, as you're growing in life, from high school to college to finding yourself to building your career to getting married, having a family, having children, empty nesters, now you're retiring, your requirement or how you view or your needs of a friendship or associates or your network change. It changes.
It changes, yep.
Because there are things you can't do before that you have to do now. There are people sometimes that some people mistaken a real good friend because you see each other every day. You talk to each other every single day. That doesn't mean anything. It could just mean that you happen to be there. You live next door. Of course, I'm gonna see you more.
Miss
You
Yolo touched
understand
on,
what I mean?
Miss Yolo
Sometimes
touched
it's
on that
proximity.
earlier. She did. Miss Yolo touched on that earlier. Said, listen, I mean, I've known somebody who became family. Remember, she said that who became family over the years, and that's my person. And it's different from seeing and talking to and interacting with some people every single day. It
Right.
changes. And if you
And
notice,
yes,
the older you get too, the older you get too, that friend circle starts to contract. It's that friend circle gets smaller and
yep.
smaller and
Yeah.
smaller. It needs change. And that's why my answer was two things: lifetime, reason, and a season. Right? And then the other thing is, I mean, what do we do? You don't have to call me all the time. Events are okay because we've already put the work in many, many years ago. So
Right.
I don't have
Right.
to see you every day. I don't have to talk to you every day.
Right.
Some of my closest friends are out of the state. I don't see them. But those are my
Right.
friends because we put the work in a long time ago, and that
Right.
still means a lot.
Right. So let's go to the comments before I bring up our other video, which pretty much goes into when to cut your friends off. When do you, not necessarily your friends, when do you cut your relationships off? These are your friends, acquaintances, or even your network. Knowing when to do that. How do you do that? How has it been done? So think about that. I'm gonna go through these comments. Mickey says, I give and expect nothing in return. I don't want to be disappointed either. Jamie says, I had to learn to receive it. I could never take criticism. Really, Jamie? Don't take you for that type of person. Hello, Jaden. How are you? Thank you for being here. Jamie says, I do not have that frame of mind to console. Some of us was just raised very hard, and how they show love is different from someone who grew up, with, like PDA and hugs and kisses and, that type of stuff all the time. It is different. Doesn't mean that they don't love you. They just show it differently. Mickey says, I am not one to console either. I will be here and there for you, but consoling is not one of them. Jamie says a friendship should not be work. That is correct. However, when I think about work, I think of putting forth an effort. Everyone should put forth an effort because you don't want to be You don't want to be lazy either. Every relationship requires some effort. You don't just wake up every morning saying, oh, I know I'm doing everything perfect for you. No, you're not. So if you want this relationship to work, there may be some things you have to put forth an effort to. If you know you're the type to shut down, at least be considerate enough to say, hey, I got some stuff coming up. I'm just using my example. I got some stuff coming up. Please expect not to hear much from me this month. At least I'm not just ghosting. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not this, I'm not that, whatever. But these are things you still have to put forth an effort to let them know, I love you. I'm still here for you. Right now, I'm just focused on something that I need to focus on. And I just need some space, basically.
Yeah.
I will help in many other ways. But like you said, Tanya, I cannot be in the front lines at a funeral giving out tissues and hugs. Everybody's meant for something different. Everyone has a different role as a friend or an associate, and that is correct. And the key is knowing what your role is. Mickey says, I will definitely send that one person I know that is a good at consoling to you to help you, but that is out of my comfort zone. I try sometimes, but it sure is awkward. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. There is family we only hear from on certain times. Are they really family? So she replacing the friend with family, YOLO. How are you all feeling about family who do that? Just because I'm
It's the
just gonna
same.
go first. Just
Okay.
because this family don't
I'm,
mean I'm your friend. I'm just being
oh,
honest.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I was okay. It ain't just me. I was getting ready to say, like I always tell anybody when it comes to family. Family, okay, I didn't choose my family. My family chose me. Meaning, and it might sound harsh the way I put it. I'm sorry if I offend those. But when two people sleep together and they make a child, then they sit there and have another one. So then now we siblings. I didn't choose her. My parents did when they decided to have sex. You hear what I say? Okay. Then when uncle and them decided to have them, now I got cousins. I didn't choose them. They became my cousins because people decided to lay down with each other. And now for some reason, the connection, the family tree, we connected and we relatives related, got DNA. Okay, cool. That's fine. We family, but that don't mean I gotta like you.
That's right.
Because we still two individual people at the end of the day. Just because we got the same bloodline, that don't mean we have to like each other. I
Right.
could love you because you family, but I ain't gotta like you.
Right.
That don't mean we always get along. But at the same time, we could be real close at the same time. So that's how I feel when it comes to family. When people are like, oh, it's family. Yeah, but I didn't choose that. That was when my doing. But okay.
Right.
I'm
I
sorry.
agree with that. What are your thoughts, Stacey and Yolo? And when like flip what you asked Yolo, but for family.
No comment.
No, tell me, it's all on me. Oh, great. It is what it is. And I hate saying it is what it is. But I mean, family, it depends on how, reciprocal. That's just me. Whatever
Okay.
effort I make, if I'm making the effort, I expect for you to give me the effort back, right? And
Right.
for me, it's a certain time frame. At some point, it's like I wake up and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Every time I'm reaching out, so I'm not gonna reach out anymore. And I
Right.
really do that in my life. Like I'm not gonna reach
Right.
out anymore, and
Right.
it's not working out. I'm not getting back what I'm giving, and I think sometimes people might think it's selfish, but that matters to me. I'm gonna give and give and give and give, and you're receiving and stuff. But when I need you, you're not there. That's not
Right.
fair. So
Mm,
with
Right.
all relationships, I view all relationships the same way.
yeah. Well, let me
I
pick.
do too, and that's why I said no comment, because the same thing I said about those friendships. You know, I have friends who have been. I mean, I'm 53. I have a friend. We've been friends since I was 19 years old. She is no longer a friend. My other friend, who all the drama happened with last year, we've been friends since I was 23. We were roommates for 6 years.
Right.
How do you get past that? That person is. How do you just crumble that type of love and friendship?
Right.
You can't. They just family, and you treat them like family. They come and go when they go, when they come and go, and you treat them as such. When you fight, and you don't talk for months, and then you go, and then when y'all meet up again, it's just the same. It's family. They are family. Those two people in my life are family, and they always will be. How or distant or close family they will be,
Right.
that
Right.
is the difference. The
Okay.
new acquaintances and people who and friends who I have met over the last few years have been closer in the sense that we have more in common.
Right.
We have more in common. We have more to talk about. We are more engaged.
Mm-hmm.
These
Yeah.
last friendships I've developed in the last 10 years. We're closer. We talk every day almost, or we do something. We have a group chat. Somebody is communicating in that chat every day.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. What I
Every
say,
day.
I say the one you was friends with for 19 years, just say the season's over. That's all. It was a long season, but it's over. I know your heart, like you're
That's
saying,
hard to
still
say. That's
family.
hard to say.
No,
That's
yeah,
because
because you,
that's my family.
yeah, you can't stop your heart. I'm not saying you
No,
can't stop your
no.
love, but the relationship itself and what you all would do in a relationship may stop.
Yes.
Right.
But the love gonna always be there. You can't stop love. There's people that get divorced and break up and or don't be friends with this person, but you still love them, you care about them, you want them to be good and great and everything, but you know that it's best that y'all don't be together. That's just what it is.
Right.
Right.
How do you have a medical procedure and not tell your so-called best friend or your so-called close friend? For I had to call you to find that out.
Wow. Oh,
I didn't
we
know otherwise.
we about to hold on to that, YOLO, because we about to get into that part two. We about to get there. 1 second. Hey Edna, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Q says more so acquaintances than friends. If we grow apart and hang out, talk, text, way less. Okay, he's giving his definition of changing. Like now you hear from him less. You only hear him for a certain amount of time. Jamie says, I have gained new friends from TikTok, and we are now called on the phone and we check in and motivate each other for goals. See, now that is, like I said, you have friends, associates, or acquaintances, and your network. No matter what category they're in, because it's different things you're sharing with them. Don't forget that, right? And that's really what delineates the differences between them is usually your friends is very personal. You're very vulnerable. You talk about certain things, you share certain things, you invite them to certain things. They're involved in certain things that your acquaintances, associates, or your network does not. When your associates and acquaintances, it's very clear on what your involvement is in that person. Those are people who, yes, you may like them. You might even have them mingle with your friends every so often, but it's very clear on what you share with those individuals and how involved they are with your life and what part of your life they're involved with. And then you got your network / colleagues. These are individuals that is very goal oriented, very work related. It's business related. It's, hey, we in the grind, you grinding, you trying to grow here. I'm grinding, I'm growing here. We gonna share with each other whatever we've been educated about, information, contacts. Hey, you said that you was looking for this. Well, guess what? I found this. Let me go on and tell you and show you this so you can go take that and you can move up to the next level. That's that. So if you look at it, all three, no matter what you call them, stems right back to what Simon Sinek said when he said, it's all about growth. Both of you, whether it's for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, they're supposed to be a part of you to help you grow both ways. You're helping them, they're helping you. And if that's not happening both ways, it's not a relationship, period. I don't care what level it is. It's not a relationship. So that just dawned on me because Jamie was talking about her TikTok group and they're talking about goals and stuff. That's clearly her networking community. Now, some of them may turn friends. Sometimes you get friends from those relationships, and that's fine, but don't expect that. That's the difference.
Absolutely.
Don't expect it.
I gained a friend, Sierra's 20 now. I gained a friend 18 years ago from networking. And that is my friend to this day. So yes, you can find friends in like a networking situation, a work situation, and that's just what it was. And out of the group of like 20 people, like we just had a connection. Like I said, my daughter is 20 now. I've known her since Sierra was 2 years old. And that's my friend. We've been friends for 18 years. So that's possible. Yep.
Right. Dre says, hey, Dre, how you doing? Thank you for being in here. Why you ain't on this panel, but that's another story. I know y'all still unpacking and stuff. How you gonna get mad because they want to celebrate you? Petty. I would have gave your ass a Happy Meal with no toy. Shut up, Dre. Whatever. I wasn't mad at them. Like at the play, I was mad at my husband because he knows better. That's all I'm saying. I got over it, but at the end of the day, I still didn't enjoy it the way I know that I could have enjoyed it. And by the time my mind would even let me relax, it was time for the party to be over. So, it's just the way it was. and I appreciate them. I love them for doing it. I'm just being real. And sometimes, and we about to get to that. Sometimes when your friends tell you stuff, listen, okay? Because I think people always hear people say, "Oh, I know you're down, but I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna cheer you up." That's fine when you know that that's a friend that you need to do that for. But if that friend say, "Look, I'm very much aware of how I'm feeling right now. I'm very much aware of where my mind is at. I need you to give me some space. I need some time." Respect that. That's it. You just, if you know that person, like if that person, now, like I said, there are people that will go, "No, I'm okay." And then those are the people you're like, "No, they're not okay. Let me go ahead and go get this person and get their mind off of it and get them to." It's a discernment that you have to know when to do that and when to step back. That's all. There's a time and a place for everything, but that comes from being, how well do you know who you're in a relationship with?
Correct.
That's where the effort comes in. The effort comes to, who is this person? Do I know this person enough to know when to speak, when not to speak, when to do, when not to do, when to give them space, when to smother them, when to listen to them, and when to say, "Shut the hell up, this is what you need." Everybody's different. You know what I mean? So
it's an interesting thing when you meet people, because the old people don't matter no more. I mean, they've already been you've already been vulnerable with them. Being vulnerable with a new person that you've just met or developing a relationship with, that's a hard task.
Yeah, it is.
Because sometimes you're so connected to a person and you want that relationship to work out so much because you like this person, y'all mesh, y'all get along, you talk, you just bond and you vibe on so many different levels. But then at some point you cross that line where you're vulnerable because you've shared.
Mm-hmm.
And how that person takes that sharing moment,
yep,
means a lot.
it does.
If they crap on you or if they, go silent or go dark, I'm not saying that you have to share too, but how you treat my vulnerability means a lot.
Yeah. And being vulnerable in any situation, friendship, work, business, all of that develops trust. That's where trust comes in. Because when people know that you're giving of themselves, and they know that it's a safe space for you to give of yourself to them. And you can't do that with everybody. Some people, they'll talk about you. Some people will respond, they'll laugh at you. Some people will respond, like Yolo said, they go silent, like, "I don't what they talking about. I don't know." You understand? That's when you know. However, I didn't have, and let me just acknowledge this one person. Hey, Damon and Quanda, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Look, y'all been on these trips and stuff, and I'm just like, look, don't worry. I'll be up there with y'all. I'll be up there with y'all at some point. Most definitely. Most definitely. Thank you all for coming in. They are just, if y'all haven't watched Damian Quanda or their channel, please do so. I laugh. They have me laughing every time I look at they live. I just do. I just do. And it don't, when you look at it, you will laugh. I don't care what mood you in, they'll cheer you up. It don't matter. And it don't even be like they trying. It's just them interacting with each other.
Genuine.
It's just gonna exactly.
Genuine and natural. I love Damien and Kwame.
Yes, yes. I hope to meet them in person one day. I'll meet them at some point on some trip. I'm sure at some point. But
yeah, I met them on Icon. They're nice.
Are they good? Good. Okay, so let me play this video here. And this is about one, when you cut off a person, and then also how a person knows. I'll just let the video speak for itself. Let me play the cutoff one. one.
Signs you've outgrown a friendship. A lot of times we think it's when we don't get along, we can't hang out, we don't laugh at each other's jokes. All that's rather unimportant. The real purpose of a friendship is that we need other people in order to improve. We cannot grow solely in a vacuum. We require interacting with other people in order to activate different parts of ourselves that need to grow. So here's the question. Is this friendship causing me to be a better person? When I interact with this person, does it lead to some form of meaningful growth? And if you realize that it's not, even if it's pleasant, even if it's nice, that's not a true friendship in the spiritual sense. Obviously, we want to remain on good terms with everybody. We want to be friendly. We want to be cordial. But it's not necessarily anymore serving us well in the spiritual sense to put a lot of energy into that relationship. Conversely, by the way, there can be a friendship that's not that pleasant. It's not that fun, but which is really helping us to become a better version of ourselves. And that's a relationship that we do want to put more time and energy into.
I think we shouldn't take for granted how much the abandoning or the ignoring of friendships has affected romantic relationships, because people have now shifted all of the expectation, all of the support, all of the the love that they got from a community of friends, and they've moved it on to one person. And a lot of I think there's a few studies that have actually shown even having a friend where you can talk shit about your partner too, which is healthy, by the way, actually improves your chances of staying with your partner.
Oof, I'm having an insight here. This is thank you for being the truffle pig and uncovering this magical little insight that the same thing is happening at work is happening in our relationships. So it used to be where we sort of had bowling leagues and we got our community from there. We got our sense of belief from church. Work was the place we made our living. We had barbecues with our neighbors. And over time, those things have disappeared. And now we demand of our work that you be the place of purpose. You be the place of community. You be the place of my social life. Now you be the place that matches my politics. We're putting all this pressure on work to fulfill every desire I have. And we're doing the exact same thing in our relationships, which is we seem to abandon those outside places, and we're asking of our partners to be everything all the time, always, which is an unreasonable and unfair standard to put on someone or be put on us.
I've never thought about it from the workplace as well, and that's why you're my favorite truffle pig. I know Anastasia has time to run, so I'll leave you with one thing that really, for me was perfectly apt for this conversation, and it's a saying that we have in South Africa in Zulu, which is umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu, which means a person is a person only because of the people. And I want to say that I'm genuinely a better person because of you, my friend. Thank you for being here with me.
So, what are your thoughts on that, as well as knowing when to cut off a friendship or a relationship? And I'm just going to say relationship and not just friendship, because we've identified that there's friendships, there's associates / acquaintances, and there's your network. But at the end of the day, they all serve a purpose for the same thing. Anything that's in your life is supposed to help you grow, spark things out of you, get you to think about things you haven't thought about before, expose you to things that you haven't been exposed to before, so you can become a better person in life and maybe even meet your goal that you're looking at. From what I'm hearing, before I release it to you all to ask you all, what I've been hearing from some of you are, I've known this person since childhood, and this is just my family. This is a relationship. It's like a marriage, and the whole thing is there are people that's been married for 20, 30 years. They still got a divorce because they grew apart, and it hurts. It's just like a death. It hurts when it's like a parting away from someone that you love and that you care about. But then you also got to think about this. This is who they were to you. That's the only thing you know. But who were you to them? So we're talking about friends, associates, acquaintances, and your community. I'm gonna say community instead of your network. What do you do when they are one way to you, but you're not in their category? Because there are people where you're their best friend, but they're not your best friend. Or they're your friend, and according to them, you're an associate. How do you delineate that? How do you delineate that? How do you work on that? How do you even figure that out? Most people say, well, just look how they move. Their actions
That's
just
not always true.
louder than words. And that is true because some people are good at doing whatever they need to do to continue getting what they want, right? But at the end of the day, I know people don't like to put labels on people, but at the end of the day, not only are you looking at whether this person, what category this person is in your life, you also got to look at, am I the same category for this other person? Because if not, may be the reason why things are different. Why you're giving this and they're not giving this. You're expecting this and they're not, they're looking at you like, well, what do you mean? You know, so 2 questions. How do you delineate your position with the other person? Okay. And 2, how do you know when to cut the relationship off? And by cutting it off, everybody's different. Some people may just tell a person, look, I ain't jiving with you no more. We done, don't call me, whatever. Some people just like slowly ghost away. And then some people just say no contact, no nothing. You don't hear from them, no text, no birthday, no Christmas, no, they done blocked you, everything. So how do you delineate and how do you react to understanding how you fit in their world, in addition to knowing when to cut it off when you realize that y'all are not in the same category?
I feel like you need to give yourself credit and know what you're capable of. What you bring to the relationship, what your value is, what is your worth, what you've been giving. And once you've identified those things and you've made sure that you've done all of these things, you've checked yourself, then you can determine that. And you can determine whether the relationship is working or it's not. And then you cut it off if it's necessary.
Okay.
To piggyback off what Stacy said and add to that and saying, like in any relationship, friendship, acquaintance, network, or colleagues or any other relationship, it's like you say, if you truly know yourself, not the self you want to be or you think you are, truly know yourself and believe it and know who you are, your capabilities and everything, how you love, how you see people and everything, and you know what you bring into the table as a friend or acquaintance or a colleague or anything. And when you do that, one, I feel like just in the conversation with the person that you're having with them and just seeing, it's not so much just it's connection, but just seeing your point of views on different conversations that you have, different areas that you talk about and things like that, whether or not. And then if you happen to have, I guess what you want to call like a test statement or something where you want to be a little bit transparent and seeing how that person reacts, then you already know from the get-go, from the beginning, what type of relationship it may or may not be if you're not going to be that person for them by their reaction a lot of times. And like you said, there's people, they know how to fake it. They've been faking it for a long time to get what they want. But at the end of the day, I talk a lot, but at the same time, I also watch people and I also listen. But I also go with my gut feeling at the same time. If that ain't feeling right, then yeah, my mouth, I could say a lot of stuff in my mouth to be politically correct, not to be rude, not to be disrespectful. The only thing I can't change is my face. My mouth can say a lot of things, but my face gonna tell you, you know what? So when it comes to that, I feel like you would kind of have an idea and then you could kind of decide that time, like, you know what? We might just be cool. Like if I see you, I see you, and not even whatever. What's up? What's up? But we ain't calling, we ain't texting. But if we happen to be around each other, around the same people, then I know we cool. We're not going to be that close. Now, as far as trying to cut off somebody and knowing when and how, it depends with me. It depends on the situation, why, you know, and how, to what capacity and what had transpired in order for me to, you know, kind of cut you off. I can block you if I felt like if that was a need to do that, or I may not even block you. So you would just see how well I'm doing. But at the same time, um, because you just lost the best friend, like I'm a great person. So you lose me, you got a problem. I'm just saying, I'm gonna toot my own horn. I'm a great person. Can I be the other person? Yes, but I'm a great person. I'm very giving. I am. But
Oh, you get that man?
sometimes with people in certain relationships, it's like people know, if again, I'm gonna go back to where people know you. People know when the relationship may dwindle, meaning that, oh, I haven't got invited. I haven't, oh yeah, that time when I did. You know what I'm saying? People kind of know after a while when it's happening. And if they know you and know how you are, they know whether or not they should reach out and make that phone call and try to have the guts to ask you, why you didn't, do you really want me? I was trying to do it subtle and just let you ease away. Now, if you want to call and ask me why, okay, how much time you got? I was trying to avoid that.
Right.
Let's kind of ease it away, and you know, it is what it is, and you know, go your merry way, I go my way, and we just leave it at that. I could probably see you and be like, hey, depend on the situation, or I could see you and it's a situation where I don't speak to you and say anything and act like you, because I could act like you don't even exist. I could be in the same room with people I don't deal with and I don't have to say a word to you. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm very much okay with that, to be in the same room with you. But it's, you know, I'd rather just kind of let it, you know, ease away. Unless, of course, worst case scenario, it was a confrontational situation. But,
Right.
you know, so then both parties already know, like, oh, we're done, you know. So that's just a no brainer.
That's
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like running. I am a valuable friend. For a long time, excuse me, for a long time, I said I had two best friends.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 2 to 3 years, I have one best friend, and everybody else is friends or acquaintances. Some are close friends, but they're still friends. There are some friends we talk almost every day, every week. We're close, we share, there's vulnerability. There's that thing that we thrived for when I was in my early 20s, when you're getting to know new people. And
Mm-hmm.
it's such a wonderful feeling. Two ladies I can specifically call out right now that it is a joy to get to know them. One, I love her. I can honestly say I love this person. I love her. However, we don't have no time. We have vulnerability. Does that matter? Does the time really matter? When you're speaking about relationships and marriages, when it's all said and done, all you have is time. When they finally divorce, all we had is all that time, and we don't like each other no more. The friendships that you have, I'm beginning to view them a little differently because my values are different and their values apparently are different. What we used to value or what we used to call a requirement for friendship is not the same anymore. So a close friend is one thing, an acquaintance is, hey, how you doing? Yeah, okay. We laugh, we joke, we get petty together, we laugh, we talk about people, gossip. You can do that with acquaintances. You can do that with people you don't really know that well. But when you start sharing the things that make you tick, the things that make you who you are, that is when you know you're vested or you're becoming vested. And when that person reciprocates, then you know that they are vested.
Right.
It has nothing to do with one thing. There's
Right.
no one thing that that separates friend or not.
Right.
Time, yes. Are we vulnerable or do you share? Yes. Can I depend on this person? Maybe. All of those things rolled into one is what actually makes your friends and distinguishes between friends and acquaintances. There are some acquaintances you can depend on them just like you can your closest friends. So you really don't know how you're going to be viewed to those people. I know for a fact one of my best friends, who I call best friends, calls someone else best friend.
Oh, that's right.
Well, she's known her longer. I can't be mad about it.
And what they got to do? What they got to do?
They were close, then they weren't close. And now guess what? They're close again. Because of what's going on in that person's life. And so those are the things that we've been talking about.
So you was the side best friend. You was the side bestie. Is what you saying?
I don't know what I was. I was the person.
She is not a side piece, Tanya.
I was the ace in your pocket, the friend you can depend on, the friend who you can regularly do the things you want to do with. And that's okay because not everybody can.
Right.
I think this is gonna sound horrible, right? I will go back to what I said. As long as you know what you bring to the table, what your value is, what your worth is, and that's why I hate titles because we're adults. Like,
yeah,
who's saying that stuff anymore? You know, like, I mean, my friends know me. I think it's hilarious. Like what you just described, like I think that's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah. I would say this real quick.
It doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter?
Yes.
That's not fair. I'm gonna take that back. That's not fair. That's what's really horrible for me to say it doesn't matter because it matters to you. But it shouldn't matter. Let me change it. It shouldn't matter because you guys have built a relationship, built a friendship, and you know where you stand in that person's life.
It doesn't matter to me who she calls her best friend. I know who I am.
It shouldn't matter. You know who you are. You know what your value is. You know what your worth is in the relationship. And
I know what I bring to the table.
You know what you bring to the table. And if at some point, this is what I said earlier, at some point you feel as if like it's not being recognized, it's not being valued, and I believe this to my heart, then you walk away. And that's fair too.
It's hard to do that because in the long run, it's like you go several. Again, I had to call you to find out you had a medical problem. You didn't call me.
Okay.
So that goes to what Tanya said earlier. That means were you her best friend, but she wasn't yours?
Well, no. Well, yes and no.
Well, so there's a lot. Right. The Tanya already know, but there's a lot of history in there.
Right.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
You're right. But you know what? Because let me tell you. So take away the best friend, associate, colleague. Take away the title.
Okay.
I guarantee you. So let me ask this question. How many of you, I just need you to call out a number. How many of you, this includes you, how many of you, when something is bad, that you can call and lean on or let them know something's going wrong, like someone who's, dependable or whatever, whether they're the ones to do it or whether there's the one to be there to help you get it done, whatever it is. How many people could you call off the top of your head?
To get stuff done?
Yeah, just a number. All I need is a number.
One.
What do you mean to get stuff done?
No. Reliable people in your circle. They could be a friend, it could be an associate, it could be a colleague, don't matter. How many people could you say, if you need them to come, you need to help you cut the grass, you need them to help you do, how many people?
Oh shit, you said cut the grass, that's down to zero.
I mean, that's just an example.
I can't call none of them because they don't live here.
Yeah, look, that's probably down to the cat. Because look, I want to say,
we're not in the same states anymore. If I were in Atlanta still,
I get
if
that.
I was still
I
in
get what
Atlanta,
Yola's saying. I get what Yola's saying. Like,
if I was still in Atlanta,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Does
two,
family count?
Okay,
oh,
two,
no, three, and only
three.
one of
Okay,
them,
that's
one
fine.
of them is a long-term friend. The
Okay,
other
that's fine.
is
Rynette.
within the last 10 years.
Okay, Rynette.
The other
3.
two, and
Okay.
one really close. Yes.
Okay, so 3, 3. Kristen in the chat said 3. Mickey said 3. Stacy, how many you say?
I got 3.
You got 3. You got what?
5.
Okay, 5. Now I'm gonna flip the question.
Mr.
Hold
Timmy,
on.
social
Hold on.
butterfly.
Out of those numbers that you just said,
Okay.
how many of those people that when you are down and out, you can call? When I say down and out, meaning from an emotional standpoint, is it still 3? Is
It's
it
the
still
same
3?
three.
So all 3, if you're emotionally down, you can call them and they have the ability to, okay. Now, same number, okay, because I did some research before we did this whole thing here. How many of those people that when something amazing happens to you, promotion, a business deal, anything that's gonna shoot you above, you either making more money, you gonna be in rooms with certain people or whatever. Out of those same people, how many of them people can you call without those individuals feeling jealousy, had a little shady for you, and whatever it is, that you can really know that they are rooting for you just as much as you rooting for
The
yourself?
same 3.
So those 3. Now I'm gonna just tell you, them 2 down at the bottom of this thing, I'm pretty sure them 2 is them 2 plus 1 or 2 other people.
Don't talk about me. Don't talk
What do
about
you
me.
you don't know anything. What do you know?
But the reason I asked that question is because usually studies show that there are people that they may have multiple friends, but like I said, each friend serve different purposes sometimes.
Yes.
They may not all serve the same purpose. You may get a friend that is better when you are down and out and you're feeling upset, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling whatever. They have a knack for talking to you at that moment. Okay, doesn't mean that the other 2. I'm just saying if it's 3, doesn't mean the other 2 aren't your friends. It just means that one has that is probably the first person you call. Then you may have that friend where, oh my God, I got this promotion. Oh, I got this business deal, and I'm opening up a this, and I'm gonna be able to be da. And that person is like, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead. And then you got something that be like, oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to do that?
That's the hater.
Red flag,
Jealousy.
right? You understand what I'm saying? Dream busters, exactly. So that's the only point I was trying to make was when Yolo, when you said, because you keep saying, because this is one that when I was doing some of the research, I did hear about some friends being so angry with their friends because, they was diagnosed with cancer and they didn't call me. They didn't tell me that they were diagnosed with cancer. But I had to find out from my other friend that they were diagnosed with cancer. I wasn't the first person they called, or I had to find out from somebody else. A lot. That's where it goes back to, what friend are you to that other person?
Right. I mean,
that
I didn't find out from anybody else. She told me. It was just a matter of I had to call you for you to tell me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But I guarantee that same person told somebody. They not by themselves.
No, she told somebody. She told a couple of people.
That's what I'm saying. They told somebody, but she didn't tell you though. So then that means that she might feel like for instance, I have some friends that I know for sure don't call me with certain things. You know how I know? Because they call my husband. And then my husband talks about it. I'm like, Oh, but they told you. They ain't tell me nothing.
No.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because my husband tells me I'm the no nonsense friend, right? I'm the one that's unapproachable. I always got a bunch of questions. I always got to fix stuff, right? And sometimes fixing is very if someone's in the mud, if you come across as the one that's trying to fix it all, sometimes it doesn't feel good to the other person. And I know that, and I can tell you, even my daughter tells me that. She said, you know, sometimes, Mom, I just want you to listen. I don't want you to try to fix it. I just admitted it. You ain't had to shake your damn head.
No fighting on the two.
Anyway. Thank you. But sometimes that's just what it is. Like, for instance, I had already said I'm not the most consoling type. So I wouldn't expect any of my friends that are down, like they are at their saddest point. They may tell me at some point, they may say something, but I may not be the first person they call out of the group. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm okay with that. I just, now hiding it from me is a different story. Now I'm mad. Now I'm like, well, hell, if I don't talk to you, you didn't say nothing. So you've been going through all of this and you ain't said nothing to me. Okay, so what am I? Chop me? Like.
Let me touch on that, Tanya, real quick, what you just said. When you said, if you know how you are, they know how you are, and they know as far as not approachable and everything, and you're not the most consoling person, and you say, and I'm okay with that. That goes back to where when you trying to have an expectation of friends, acquaintances, or anybody or any relationship that you're in, before you can do all of that, you have to ugly and not be in denial of who you are. If you're mean, you're mean. If you're nice, you're nice. If you're gullible, you're gullible. If you're passive aggressive, you're passive aggressive. If you're shy, you're shy. Whatever the case is, if you are who you are, you who you are. And you have to understand who you are first so you could be okay with how another person is. And when I always tell people this, when you understand how a person is, you will have a better relationship with them. Meaning that regardless of how they are. Now, excuse my language. I'm a type of person that I could be cool with an asshole. Mm-hmm. Because guess what? If I know that's how you are, I already know how to deal with you when I'm around you. So I'm okay with that. If I know you're a thief, I could be cool with you. I just know there's certain things I may or may not do around you knowing you're a thief. If you're a jerk, if you're this, if I know how you are and I understand it, then, you know what I'm saying, to whatever capacity I have to be around you, I know how to deal around and be around you. But I also got to know myself and not be in denial of who I am in order to have a relationship with you at the end of the day. Right. Because a good relationship with a person is if that person allows you to be who you are, the true you at all times, period. Now you being fake and they being fake. Don't give me no fake friend. My face will show it and I would definitely cut you off. Right. We're not finna do that.
And if there's something that you do that I don't like, I'm gonna let you know. So you already know when you do it, you already look at me, you're gonna see my face tuned up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Stacey.
One thing we didn't touch on this whole discussion, and for me, the reason why I listed 3 people, right? And it's because those 3 people make me feel safe.
That's a word. That's a word that hadn't come up tonight.
If you're my friend, I feel safe. I feel safe to be whatever I am and whatever. Don't try to humble me. Don't try to put me down in front of somebody else. You know, different things. I need to feel safe. If I don't feel safe, then we can't be friends.
Right. Agreed. I agree with that.
Everything else we've talked about this evening, it encompasses feeling safe, right? Mm-hmm. It's like with my spouse. I've been with my husband for 25 years. I'm still with him. I'm still on my first marriage because I feel safe with him. I can be
Right.
myself. It's many different things other than just like security. It's really just
Right.
being safe, and I feel safe to be who I am. That's
Right.
what relationships mean to me.
Agreed. Okay. What about you, honey?
Oh Lord Jesus! Now we want Timmy to speak.
Well, Timmy stepped away, sir. So you
I
get
got
in where you can
what
fit
up,
in.
y'all? Well, all I'm gonna say is this.
Well,
So,
and don't all you can say. The question was,
I'm gonna answer the question.
what was the question?
The question was, how many people you got on you count on your fingers or your friends? And everybody said they own number. Timmy got 5. But let me explain my
Okay,
situation.
go ahead.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
You know what? Timmy got 4. I'm gonna cut one off.
Oh, it ain't me because I got papers on you. You ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
But anyway, what I was saying is this. You know, it's several levels to friendship. That's not a good. It's not a good or bad or anything. It's just levels to friendship. Some people you just don't want to talk to share your personal stuff because they are dream busters. They don't mean to do it, but that's just who they are. That's their personality. When you share your highest moment, it's not. It might not be that they're jealous or envious, but they always looking for the pros and the cons. You might not want to hear that shit at the time. Just roll with me. But they're gonna volunteer their opinion. Don't mean that they're not a friend. It means you talking to the wrong person. And then there's no such thing as a side piece friendship. You can have many besties as you want. But the thing about it is, I'm always know my position because guess what? You give and you receive. You give love and love will come back. I don't care how mean or nasty or what they are. Love will come back if you give love.
It may be from someone else,
right?
You'll get it back.
But the thing about it is this. I had to share a situation. I'm gonna give you a good example. I had to share a situation. The reason why I stepped off, my mother called me. She all upset. You know, my mama don't never call me this late at night. So I said, oh, well, over something that me and my brother said, and it's really nothing. But to her, you see, I couldn't get off that phone because my mother is my best friend. So I had to listen. And I had to talk off that ledge. So when I go home and see her next time, she don't scratch my eyes out. But I don't want her to scratch my brother's eyes out neither. But so because sometimes you can have a misunderstanding.
He may need his eyes scratched out.
My brother's a dream buster. He's that one. You can't never say nothing to him. He always will go the other way. But that's that one. But I can depend on him. But the thing about it is, like I told my mother, I said, sometimes, Mom, you looking at it the wrong way. Sometimes you just got to pray on it. If it don't come out and you don't feel that you been getting what you give, then just pray on it. God always got the real answers. So I don't put my faith in people as much as I put my faith in God. But I understand when we feel disappointed and let down and everything. But that not necessarily could be your own interpretation of the friendship. Might not be true. It's like this one right here. I know she want to scratch my eyes out sometimes, choke me, maybe run over me with the car that I pay for her to drive. But at the end of the day, she'll ride for me. Now, if you mess with Timmy, look, then again, you mess with this one, then you got to deal with that other one down on the bottom of the screen. You got hair to pay then. And then the other one to join in, then you got triple hair to pay. So 1-800-SAFE-PLACE. That's all I got to say.
Okay. So let's go into the chat. So Yoa has said, I mean to, but I'm a giver and a nurturer. Not sure how that works, but that is who I am. Got you. And let me tell you something. People attract the opposite. So that's why you also got to be careful. When you're a giver, you attract people who like to take. Because you are a giver. It's a natural attraction. Yeah. Just like if you're a fixer, you end up attracting people who need help.
Fixing all the time.
Okay? So those are things you want to look at. Hey, Famous, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in the chat. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? I saw you responded in there. I was just trying to get around to you, finding your comments so I could tell you hello. Kristen says you can't. People have different definitions of friends and associates. As for me and my people, we know what we are to each other. And
Facts.
that is important.
Facts.
Both people have to understand where they stand in order for it to work. So the expectations are not unrealistic. Period.
Mhm.
And that's just what it is. There are always expectations that you have of others when they're dealing with you in any relationship. Any relationship you have expectations. Kristen said, also, as you go, you may need to adjust accordingly. That is correct.
Yes.
So somebody may start off as a bestie. They may end up being just a friend. Ain't no bestie. Just a friend.
YOLO put her hands up like
YOLO got a hand up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If y'all can't
this is new. This is new, and talking about it is new. But Tanya already know the whole thing. She already know all the things. We've had that discussion in detail. But how do you go from being this person who's supposed to support me and be there for me like I have been there for you, the same person who flipped out about whatever issue, I have supported her in every endeavor that she has ever done. When you wanted to go sell real estate, you sold me my first house. When you wanted to go do whatever, I was on board with whatever it was you wanted to do. I was your first customer. I was down for you. I celebrated. I did that. Do you know I just had to show her how to go to YouTube and subscribe to my channel?
I have a weird answer. If you want to jump in real quick.
Yeah. That's
Mr. Timmy, go ahead.
No, well, let me say this. That goes back to what I said about the situation I had earlier. You got to pray on it. You can't change other people's thoughts. You can't pray. You can't change how they see you, how they feel, because they'll never feel what you feel. You know what I'm saying? They'll never feel it. It's because they are different individuals. They'll never feel it. So
I have had to do what she just said, adjust accordingly.
Yes. Correct. Stacey.
What I was gonna add is something I learned. I learned from my daughter. Weirdest thing. Do you know that there are people who choose friends based on aesthetic?
Right.
And I'm not sure if that's what's going on with you, but I know there are people who it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much effort you make, but you don't fit a certain aesthetic into what they want to present to the world as their friend. Now therein lies the problem too. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back to, as long as you know you're secure in yourself, you know what your value is, you know who you are, you know what you bring to the table, what your worth is, it shouldn't matter. But if it matters to you how the world sees you and stuff like that, like you might choose friends according to what you want the world to see, what your friend group looks like. And I learned that from my daughter just recently. The weirdest, are you serious? There is like, yeah, I'm close to this person and this person shows up for me and whatever, but it doesn't really fit the aesthetic. Because I'm not going to bring them home to meet my family, or I'm not going to bring them here or whatever, no matter what that person does or whatever. They'd rather call somebody else because they really want that person to be there for them, who's not there for them. Because that person over there fits a certain aesthetic. It's the weirdest thing. We just had this
what it is that they look the part, basically.
Right.
Just like how a guy will have a certain female because it's arm candy. He might be in love with old girl down the street, Miss Bertha, but he gonna have, Kiki over here because she's arm candy, and she goes with the aesthetic like you're saying.
Yes.
And when it comes to a relationship, like if I feel like I have to force you, I don't like forcing nobody to do anything you don't want to do at the end of the day. Because if I gotta force you, make you, and do all that extra, I'm not doing it, and I don't want it. And one is a turn off right there for me. If I gotta kind of like keep begging you and asking you and doing this for me to get satisfied with the relationship we have, nah, I don't want that, boo. Go on by your business. We good.
You walk away.
Yeah, I don't. That's too much work. If I gotta force you,
that's crazy.
I don't know if that's what's going on with you, It's YOLO. But I just learned that like my daughter was home for the summer. She's going back to school now. I've learned so
Yeah,
much.
I don't think it's that. I just think we've grown apart.
I've learned so much. I'm ready for every discussion.
Yeah, I think you get. I have a preteen, so I get it all coming from middle
That's a
school.
new thing that I learned. I didn't even know that exists. That's a thing. But yeah,
Yeah,
her and her friend,
that's
they talked
crazy.
about it. I was like, "Are you serious?"
That's
So I
crazy.
look at myself and I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. Like people really do stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that we have grown apart, and that was the thing that really stood out
Okay.
to us growing apart. Me making things work, me stepping out, me understanding that I'm that friend who is constantly giving in the situation, and then to ask or to renege on something and say, "Hey, I really want to do this for myself," and for them to go and cut up about it and call me selfish. And not only call me selfish, but then list out all the things that they don't like about me, all in one stance. And literally tried to break up with me. I mean, they probably did because it's not the same. Our friendship is not the same. It hasn't been since. Because now I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Because of all the things you said. And now I feel used for the last 20 plus years.
Right. Right.
So what was I really to you?
And I'm telling you, there are some individuals who only want you around because of, like, I think that maybe after she identified, I don't really want to be this close to this person anymore, right? To you anymore. She still saw that there were benefits. So she stayed around. Like, why let go of the benefits?
Well, yeah, apparently somewhere along the way, I heard her, but she never said. And she's like, I love that you are that person who I am that direct person. When you mean to me, oh, you gonna get it back.
Right.
But I am that person who I am, like I said before, I am nurturing. I am the sweetest person you want to see. I am a giving person. I am that person, but you gonna get it when you give it.
Right, right.
And so, yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's just a very touchy situation, but in that particular, this conversation was, whew, it hit home on a lot of levels, and you just have to know who you are. And one of my other friends was like, "You're better than this, cut her." I don't know how to cut. I've never cut a friend. I mean, there are friendships. You're talking about how do you get rid of them? I don't. They just fall away.
Right.
Now I've had someone block me. And drop me before because of we didn't mesh well, or you didn't like something that happened or whatever. We just fell off, and then you block. That's okay. But I've never went to those levels. We just don't talk anymore.
Right. Well, that's how it is at times. Sometimes, like I said, is when you cut people off, sometimes it's not, I'm gonna tell you and it's done. Sometimes I just,
I got an easy way. Don't answer your phone when they call.
Right. And
I tell people in a minute, my safe place, home, my phone, my things. I don't have to open my door if I don't want to. I don't care who's on the other side. If I want to talk to you, if I don't want to see you, I don't have to. Because guess what? It's my house and my doorknob and my lock. Right. I could choose to turn it. My phone, I could choose to answer. I could choose not to. I don't care who's on the other side. You can feel whatever way you want to feel, but it's mine. You can't tell me what to do when it comes to mine. And if right now I don't want to answer my phone and press the green phone button, I'm not doing it when you call through.
That's right.
And that's how that goes.
And that's fair too. I keep saying that. That's fair too. When I block, what we're blocking for? I think it's not. If I don't want to be a part of a friend group anymore, like I'm gonna delete the friend group.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna block the individual person. Right. I'm not blocking you on social media. I'm not blocking your phone. your phone number from my phone. I'm not a kid. I'm an adult.
Right.
But if we're no longer friends, and the way you're gonna contact me or we're gonna have contact is through some type of friend group or whatever, I don't need to be a part of the friend group anymore. I'm gonna deal with the people that I still deal with one-on-one. We don't all have to be a part of the group. Maybe that's horrible. I don't know. I'm not protecting my peace. It's just like, that's it. You're not the season is up, right? The reason and the season is up. And
Yes.
it's not a lifetime. And that's fair.
Right.
And
people just have to understand to just accept where everything is. So
yep.
A question came up from Shay. Is it possible to reconnect a friendship after letting it go? If so,
I think so.
Is it
I
worth
think
it?
so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
both people have to want it.
Yep.
Just like with any relationship.
Okay. I was going to answer. She said it. Both people gotta want it, and then you just like any relationship. Just like think about it. If it was with a relationship with a ex or something like that.
Yeah.
What's the reason when you left the first time? Why go back to some mess? Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Depends on what the breakup was for, though.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If it was a reason for the breakup, and like you said, depend on the reason and what it was, and then most likely, why go back to it for it to happen again for another 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, and then end up the same way? You got rid of the rash. Don't go back and get the rash.
Right.
Yeah, it's done. It's a done deal. When you gone, you gone.
But that I can say, people can say when it's done, it's done.
Yep.
Usually for individuals who have thought about being done for a long time, then it's officially done. There are people who are impulsive to say it's done and it's not done.
Right.
That's usually when conversations happen and now they're back together. Or the relationship is rekindled or it's been repaired or whatever. Then when you get some people that they don't call it quits until it's to the extent of no return, then why go back to it? When you've already exhausted all the possibilities before you called it, before you let go of the friendship.
Right. Like you said, when it's totally done, it's done. And you get those, like you said, have been thinking about the done situation. Now, in the words of my girl, Stacy, if I know I done all I can do and I did my part, if I did my part,
when
I did my part, then when I say it's done, then it could be done. And that way, if I know I did all that I can do in my capacity as a person, other than that is nothing but God to handle, then after that, if nothing can go on no further, then I'm done.
Right.
And then so I could say it's done. The other person might not be done, but obviously it is because you didn't want to work at it. So now I'm done. And that will be an easy way for me to be like, okay, I'm done and it's over and that's it.
Yep.
Yep.
Because you did your part.
Yes. You want to make it. I'm that person who's going to try every time. I'm going to try. I'm going to keep reaching out. Even though it's been 6 months or we haven't talked or whatever, I'm still going to try that to make that effort until I'm done. And when I stop, that's it.
Right.
I'm gonna the last D&D we had, we talked about mental health. Remember?
Yep.
And one of the main things that kept coming up was we didn't quite say healed. They say it a lot on social media now, the healed version of yourself, right? But really, that's what it is. If you're doing the work on yourself, that's what you use to determine whether or not it's even worth going back to that friendship or whatever. If I'm working on myself, like I say all the time, and my friend knows, every day I wake up, it's a new day to try again. Like I really live like that in my life. And because I'm doing the work on myself, if I did something wrong, I said something wrong or whatever, I'm going to make the effort. And I know, okay, check yourself, right? Okay, maybe it was an off day for that person we talked about at the job, right? Maybe it was an off day for the boss today, the supervisor today or whatever. You know what? I'm going to go back to work tomorrow. I'm going to try again. Like I really live my life like that every day. So when I decide that I'm done, I've already done all the work.
Right.
Right? And I think in every relationship, like you said, at work, at church, at home, your marriage, your friendship, your parenting, or whatever, like as long as you're able to say that you've done everything that you need to do, you've done your part, then you can decide when it's time to walk away.
Okay.
And that's fair. That's how I live my life.
I agree. Jamie says she also had friends, did not even tell her they got married. Says she cool with that. She said she didn't have to worry about buying a dress to attend. Lord have mercy. Okay, Jamie.
I mean, that's facts.
I'm with you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
She don't know lies. She right.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So we got
Money saved.
We got one more little skit. And since we've all been talking about how great friends that we all are, right? 1 second. Hey Rod, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kristen said that's crazy work, choosing friends based on aesthetics. Lord. Yeah, but there are people who do. I know someone who chose her friend based on aesthetic. Yeah. There are people who do that. Say you can put lipstick on a pig too, but it's still a pig. Ain't no way.
That part.
Ain't no way. I got one more. Let me see. Mickey says some people need you for the things that you can do for them. You know, and that's pretty much what we were saying, YOLO. Sometimes that's what it stems down to when there's nothing else for that person. So this one, I would say we're gonna, end it on a funny part of the conversation. So we all feel, so by a show of hands, how many people feel that they are a true friend to any given person, right? Stacy didn't raise her hand right now.
I don't know.
Say that again. I'm sorry. Say that again.
How many people by raising hand feel that they are a truly good friend?
I don't think so.
Well, Ms. Kristen in the chat said, people have different definitions of what friends and acquaintances and stuff are. And
yes, but in your way of what you define friend,
I'm
do
awesome.
Do you feel that you are doing the best that you can do as a friend? Okay, so now let's talk about how much of a friend are you? So 1 second. So we're going to talk about, I want you all to think about your bestie, the person that you figure ride or die. Just put that person in your head.
Okay. That's changed over the years, like we talked about, like YOLO said, like it shifts.
Bestie in your head. Don't matter. So I'm about to play this video. 1 second.
Would you go to jail for your best friend?
What if they think?
Don't trip. We got you.
I need context. I need.
I know
context.
you wouldn't go pen for me. That's a fact.
No, I don't think there's context. That's a fact. Wait.
He wouldn't go pen for me. That's 100% fact.
I don't think I'd survive.
Yeah?
Yeah.
James would survive.
I don't know. I can't speak for him.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't think I'd survive.
Wow.
But again, I need context. How long am I going for? What did I go in for? Do you know what I'm saying? How long's the stretch? Like,
all right, let's say I say it's just a young GBH. Just like assaulted someone.
Yeah.
And that's it. They're trying to put me away for like,
what's GBH, like 6 months?
Yeah, let's say 6 months. They put me away for 6 months. You can't record's clean when you come out, but someone needs to do the time, and it's not going to be me.
6 months is a stretch.
6 months is a stretch.
That's a stretch, my guy.
Bro, but like, if I go, let's just say I'm on my third strike. If I go, they're putting me away.
Okay, that's a different story. That's why I say I need context.
Right,
Yeah.
You take that one.
I would have to.
Okay.
I think I'd have to. I'd be livid.
Yeah.
I'd be livid, but I'd have to.
All right, that's respectable. All right, so would you go to jail for you?
Okay, so let's talk about how much of a friend you are, and just be honest about it.
Everybody scratching their head.
So we're gonna start off with Timmy this time. Would you go to jail for? I'm just gonna say for any of your friends, because as far as I'm concerned, you ain't got no best friend but me. So would you go to jail for any of your friends outside of me?
Hell no, I don't love them. I don't love them like that. I'm gonna look. This is the thing, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I am the best in the equation that Tim is in.
Mm.
So when I know that, you know what I'm saying, anything else is less than. Hell no. Now you is my best. I'm gonna ride or die.
So you go to jail for me?
I'm gonna burn the house down for you.
No, would you go to jail?
I'm gonna go to jail, to hell, and everything. I'm gonna do all of that.
Okay.
That's just for you. But anybody else that I in the circle I deal with, you know, no,
Exactly.
I can't do that.
Okay. All right. Stacy.
Go to YOLO first. I'm working on my answer.
Okay, so this is me. I have been in okay, today, no. We too old to be doing shit that make us to put us in the jailhouse. We too old for that.
Okay.
Now, 20 years ago, I'm not going to jail for you, but we might be in there, like Kristen said, together. Because there have been situations with me and my oldest best friend where there have been times where I've been there right there with her, and I would have been going to jail with her because she fighting in the streets. Yes, and I'm gonna be right there with her. Now, today, if you go to jail, I got your bail money, but I ain't going for you. I will help you, but I'm not going for you. We too old for that. I'm too old for that. I have connections. I have a job. I have responsibilities. When I was in my 20s and early 30s, hey, let's go. What we're doing. But for you, no. With you, probably 20, 30 years ago, but not right now. No, we ain't going to jail. Now, I go to jail for my husband, and I'm going to go to jail for my child. For them, meaning I'm doing something to somebody because of what they did to them. Now, yeah, I put your case for them. That's it.
Okay. So, Stacy, you ready, or you want Ronette to go first?
No. Go ahead, Ronette. Because Stacy catching cases.
I'm pretty much the same what YOLO said, but it would be most likely with them because, yeah, we too old to be doing some stuff, but at the same time, we may not be intentionally doing something that we need to go to jail for, but it may come to that, just, depending on type of, friends I got, whatever. We may not do it intentionally.
No, I'm scared these days.
But, not on purpose going. It may be something to be like, I didn't know that was illegal. But not for you. Now, like you said, probably we might have did something and be like, yo, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get caught or something, or hey, if somebody found out this, then we know we going down, right? Long as it's we going down, then yeah. But, for you, yeah, one, I got a potty too often. I can't do that in there. I can't. They got you on lockdown for a while, and I'll be like, I gotta look. I'm getting old. My bladder, my knee hurt. I need. I can't. I got too much stuff going on. I can't be in jail like that. I got too. I got too many needs. I need compressing socks and massage pillows. Exactly. I need some Motrin and I can't go in there. Plus, I'm cute.
Y'all gonna be some swollen arthritis folk up in that case. Go ahead, Stacy. What's your outcome?
It depends on what it is, right?
You need context, like the guy said.
Well,
yeah, he did ask for context.
My friends know. They didn't call me some shit go down. I'm gonna go.
She gonna go.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
I'm going, but I'm the mediator.
Then after I calm down, I'm gonna be like, bitch, you done got us in jail. This is how I am. Like, my friends know. Like, they know, like, oh, we gotta. we gotta go stab her. Like, do we have to stab her? Okay, fine. Like, I'll go. Like, do we have to stab her? Okay, just I probably
Let me
yes, I'm more mature
You
now, and I
can
don't do
call
that
me,
stuff
and
anymore.
I'm coming.
The good thing is, I'm not even in situations like that anymore, on purpose, because
Yes.
it's my personality, right? And I don't have friends who will pull me in a situation like that. Really, they don't get themselves in situations like that anymore. However, my friends know I'm coming. Like, really, like, we got.
I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be the mediator. I ain't doing nothing when I get there, but I'm gonna talk. We talking you out, and I'm gonna find out what you need while they clinking. I'll meet you down
She said,
there.
"Why they clink
So I
clicking?"
can get you. So I'm gonna be down there so I can get you out. I got the lawyer on speed dial. I got you.
My
But I'm not
problem
going.
is, no, Miss Yolo. My problem is why you're telling me like, what? He did what? She did, and what you do? What are we doing? Oh, we got to do something.
I'm past them days. I'm past them years. I ain't gotta do all that. That's too much. Too much to risk at this point.
I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not going. And it's for a combination of what everybody said up here.
Yeah.
We too old to be doing stuff to get us locked up. Right
know.
now, like Rynette said, ignorance to some things, like, oh shoot, I didn't know. Okay, it happens because of circumstance. Now, I'm not going to jail for you. I'll give an example of when I was doing some research on some common questions is like snitching. I'm just, and I think I said this to my friends at some point. I said, if y'all do something and y'all know that y'all can go to jail for it, and I'm with y'all, I'm not with y'all. Just want to let y'all know that I'm not with y'all. Like, in other words, don't do stuff and put me in a position without my consent. Now, if I consent to it, we ride or die. Because I'm like, I knew about it. I knew the I knew what consequences. I'm good. If you ride with me, we get pulled over for something else, and you got something on you, and you didn't tell me you had something on you, you on your own. When the cop tell me whose is this, don't be looking at me talking about, no, it ain't mine. This your shit?
But let me help you with that part. What I found out what the law is. If your person riding with you and it's your vehicle, you in trouble.
Oh, well then guess what? Well then I'm going to add something to that then. If I end up in jail because of you, don't look at me like, oh, I'm gonna be doing my time with my bestie. No, because I'm gonna be on the other side trying to look your ass every day along with everybody else when you get up.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing it, because to me, this is how I look at it. As a friend.
Yep.
You don't put
you're not supposed to purposely put your other friend in a position, even if it's something that you want to do. And I also don't like friends who try to assume that they know everything about the law when they don't. To say, well, they shouldn't be doing this anyway. No. Don't say, well, they shouldn't have been searching the car anyway. That ain't for you to determine, for you to be bringing some shit in my car, knowing that it could happen. So therefore, I don't need you interpreting the law and saying, well, I didn't have to say anything because they ain't supposed to be in here anyway. I got friends that like to do that too.
What?
They could just say, well, something ain't supposed to happen, and it do happen. So I'm like, no.
Yeah, I have to vet my people out. I don't talk to them. I have to vet I sit back and observe. I have to vet them out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna put myself or my family at risk. Because that's what you're doing. When you're not paying attention to your surroundings and the friends who you are dealing with. I will say that you do know your friends. If they're truly your friends,
that's right,
and you are dealing with these people, you know who they are. So why would you put yourself in a situation? The friends who like to go and get wasted and drunk drive, we don't hang together because Yolanda Uber.
She said Yolanda Uber.
Yolanda gonna catch an Uber.
See what?
I don't do illegal substances of any kind. So we're not. If that's your thing, that's your thing. And I'm going to ask you flat out. Hey, do you have any of that before you get into my car? Or I'm not gonna have you in my car. I'll meet you there.
Right.
So I take my own security, my own personal preferences, my own thing. I take my own life in my own hands. There are some people who can never ride with me because I don't know you like that.
Right.
And I have known them all my life. Family members who can't ride in my car, who can't come stay at my house. You just can't.
True.
Right. Yeah. And see, and also too, when I sometimes, you know how your friends come and they want to tell you something. Ooh, let me tell you something. Ooh, let me tell you. I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. Depending on how the ooh go, how they look, how they saying, I go, wait.
What are we doing?
One, is there any reason that I'll be asked to testify? Like, would this go to court or something? I just need to know. Is this any way gonna go to court and I'm gonna have to testify to the lot? And if so, then it's like, I don't want to know. Because that way I could pass the lie detector test and say I don't know.
Right.
At the end of the day. Is there any way that's gonna go to court? When you come in like, ooh, wait a minute. Is this any way it could go to court? Is this what we doing? Nah, you sure? All right. Because I want to pass a lie detector test. I want to be able to say, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah, remember we went through like, which friend, how many friends, or whatever, and I put up that number, that 3 each time. I'm at a point in my life, which I'm sure all of you guys are. We're mature now, right? We're older now, whatever. So I know for a fact, if it's a jail situation with my friends, with my people, it couldn't be helped. They're not putting me, like I said, safe.
Right.
My friends are not putting me in a situation where I'm gonna have to figure out who's gonna take care of Sebastian, who's in a wheelchair. You understand what I'm saying? Like my friends are not doing that. So if something happens and I'm gonna have to go down with them, I'm probably that friend and be like, you know what? If anything, Stacey's gonna ride tonight. We gotta go do something. But it's absolutely necessary. My friends are not gonna put me in a situation where that they did something ridiculous that has consequences. They didn't think about it. They didn't think it through before calling me. So if they're calling me because we know that I'm gonna ride, it's absolutely necessary. And that's why I'm like, I'm probably gonna be in jail.
Yeah. And seeing like some things where you're not sure if you broke the law or did anything. And just a quick example, because I know we gotta go. It wasn't nothing big to go to jail for, but I was riding one time. My second son was in the car and he was laying in the back seat. You know how your kids in the seatbelt and they lay down in the back seat? He fell asleep. I'm riding home and the police pulled me over and I wasn't like, I know everything legit. What's the problem? This was some years ago when he was younger. I'm like, okay. And he was like, well, do you know your light is out? And I was like, what light? He said, you know the little light bulb that show your tag right there? He stopped me because that little light bulb was out. He said, did you know? I said, what light? I said, my lights work or whatever. He said, no. And he was telling me which light. He said, I couldn't see your tag when you was driving. He's like, yeah, you're not supposed to have that light out. You need to have that on so I'll be able to see your tag. I said, that's illegal. He was like, yes. I said, well, just, for me, I can't see the back of my car when I'm driving, not to be funny, but, so I didn't know it was out, officer, like I can't see. That's like when you walking forward, can you see your ass? I'm just asking. Can anybody see? Okay. So I can't see the back of my car. So he was like, yeah. And then the other thing was, he said, you have to wake your son up so he could get in his seatbelt. I said, well, he has the lap part on. He had a strap part because he laid down. He fell asleep. Well, yeah, he has to be in the seatbelt. Okay, officer, I will wake. So we had to wake him up so he could be up in the seatbelt. I guess, he could try to go to sleep, but he's going to fall back, kids. But yeah, I got stopped because of the light bulb over your tag. I'm like, who does that?
They got to make a quota. They got to, have a reason and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Kristen raised her hand. So did Mickey.
Okay.
Kristen said we probably going to jail together if it comes to it.
Okay.
Which means they'll probably be in something together. Okay. Kristen said, Timmy said what he said, damn it. Ain't nobody studying Timmy, Kristen.
Everybody know Pretty Timmy tell the truth. It is what it is.
Kristen said, we definitely going to be cellmates, but going for you, nah. I ain't going for you. If we in some shit together, then of course, you know, it is what it is, but ain't nobody going for nobody. Stacy ready to risk it all.
Yay.
Yellow said, I worked too hard to get where I am, where I'm at, and what I got. That part right there. And let me tell you something. That is the reason why, if you notice, you know, when people say, oh, I'll make this money and I ain't gonna change. I must just stay in the hood. No, you ain't. You know why you can't? You can't because everybody else at where you are don't have that. And there's always somebody that's going to look at taking what you got. So you got to move and get out of the area because you won't be able to have and keep what you got. Because you'll always be ready to have to fight somebody or have to worry about your stuff getting stolen. So that's why people get up and they move and they grow and they go. Okay. So that is correct. That is why it's important that's the reason why sometimes your friend circles need to change. Just saying. It ain't a money thing. I'm not talking about the money thing. I'm talking about the mentality of the individual. If you work hard growing and getting and doing whatever you're doing, you have to have people that have the same mindset around you. No one's saying you can't have associates. Not saying you can't, nobody's saying you just don't talk to other people, but the tight circle that's around you have to have the same mentality and have to be able to say, I can't afford to lose where I am and what I have and where I've grown to as of today. Because you know why? Because they got just as much to lose as you do. So then if they got a lot to lose, like you got a lot to lose, they're not putting you in any predicament that can risk it all.
Absolutely.
They're not expecting you to do things that could allow you to risk it all. They're not doing that. But if you're dealing with folks that don't have that mentality, then they're the ones that will risk it because they don't have nothing to lose. They have nothing.
You know, when you're in your, not even in your 20s. By the time I was in my 20s, I wasn't like that. But you know, you're younger, right? It's like every weekend we go out, it's a risk. Who wants to live like that in your 40s and 50s? Right? So my friends that I have, I mean, if they're calling me some type of jail situation, like, you know, it's bad. And they know I'm coming, right? But nobody's doing that in their 40s and nobody's doing it in their 50s. But I remember when we were younger, every time you went out, there are a couple of people where every time you went out, you never knew if you're gonna come home. Like I literally lived that life.
Oh.
Like you never knew. Like every weekend it's a risk. Like we're gonna go to the same bar where y'all had to fight last week. Like you sure you want to go back there? Yep.
Right.
And that's when you're younger. You don't have a husband. You don't have any kids. You don't have a real job. You don't got to pay no rent, no mortgage, or nothing. You can risk it all, right?
Right.
But we're not there right now. So I know if my friends call me, my friends know. If something's going down, like but we have to hide the body. All right, let's go on YouTube and see the best way to do it where we don't get caught. But I'm gonna come.
Kristen says there are also friends that I'll take a risk for because I know without a doubt they'll do it for me. That is good. But I'm pretty sure both of you would not be putting each other in that risk voluntarily. It would be a circumstance, not a consequence. Mickey said we going together. If y'all both doing it, yeah. If y'all both doing it, yes, definitely. So that is our conversation for the evening. Hopefully, did any of y'all get anything from this evening?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I like that. What about you, sir?
I'm gonna see you off camera when we go to commercial because I think you chopped me in the throat.
I did not chop you in the throat.
I'm gonna have to reevaluate your friendship level.
Why?
Hey.
Because you don't want to go to jail, Mr. Timmy?
My sister is the best friend you ever had.
Uh-oh.
You hear me? And you know it.
Hashtag tag team.
So you better not mess that up, or I'm gonna mess you up.
Uh-oh.
See.
Hashtag tag team.
I can't with them New Yorkers. You see what I'm saying? I can't with them New Yorkers. I can't feel safe.
Ooh, no,
well, I'm from Atlanta and I'm feisty too now.
Look, he using them HR, them HR buzzwords. Don't be using them. I don't feel.
You don't feel safe, Timmy.
He all right. He's safe. He ain't going. He ain't nobody gonna hurt him here. I'm not gonna hurt him.
He sound like my husband said. I send mixed signals.
He's safe for now until I see him.
Who's that? Oh my gosh.
He said I send mixed signals.
Poor Mr. Timmy. Mr. Timmy is perfect. Leave him alone.
Thank you.
Such a Sagittarius, I tell you.
Who's a Sagittarius?
Anyway, you.
Mr. Johnson.
Why? Because I said I'm a call.
All right, y'all. Well, it was a pleasure talking with y'all about this topic. Summary is basically we all identify that, there are people in our lives for different reasons, and it's okay to be, and everybody doesn't need to be a friend.
No.
And they don't. And everybody should be okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I put it this way, be the best associate you can be. Be the best acquaintance that you can be. Be the best colleague or network that you can be. Be the best friend that you can be. Just be the best at wherever you're at. And just play that role and you'll be okay.
That's it.
But everybody always jockeying for another position. It's like, just play your role.
Yep.
I'm gonna be the best that I can be. I don't care whatever somebody else give me the title they call me for them. I don't worry about titles because I'm just gonna be me. And if I love you, I love you. If I don't, I don't. And that's just what it is.
I think that says it all right there. Just be you. People are gonna either love you or like you.
I'm a Sagittarius for a little bit. I'm the best. Like what? You ain't gonna never find a friend better than me.
Me?
Like,
Lord. And this Aquarius over here that'll flow wherever.
Yup.
No.
Yep.
Whatever you say.
Yep.
Anyway, y'all have a good evening. Thanks everyone for watching. If you're catching the replay, go on and put hashtag replay and let me know that you watched this. Hopefully this will be able to help you all that are struggling in trying to understand why certain relationships you have go either way. It's because it's just not meant for you to connect with everybody in the same exact way. You connect with people in different ways, and it's okay.
And try again tomorrow.
And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, if you like content such as this, and we'll see you on the next one. See everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
This one's for my crew, my inner vibe. Exclusive moments where the spirits collide. You're the ones who ride through thick and thin. Spirit members, let the show begin. Spirit members, this time's for you. VIP love for the chosen few. Let's sip, let's vibe, it's your special space. Spirit members, welcome to the place. Ooh.